but it did resume from a 2-month spell at its last start here.
Yeah, the box is the big worry, but with a clean getaway and fresh air, he could get across and lead, and if he does, he'll be awfully hard to beat.
Party has been out of the placings its last 4 starts. We go back 5 starts. She scored at Gosford running 22.42 from box 4.
Oh, she's a genuine winning chance, Duke. Forget her latest run. She found trouble, beaten 20 lengths. Look, with a clean getaway, she has got the early dash to push forward, and she's got a quick PB, 22.99. She's a genuine chance.
Wayne White has made the trip up from Goulburn. He's got number 7, Hard Bass. If you go back 3 starts, it scored it narrow over the 365 in 20.89. 4 starts back, a very, very smart 1976 winner at Goulburn.
The only worry is debuting at the track, but if he does bring his form from down south, Duke, he's a big player.
All right, and 8 the pink is Silver Ranger. This is the greyhound that will enjoy the class drop, Timmy. Its last 2 starts have been in free-for-all company here. 3 starts back at 1 of 4th and 5th grade, going 22.88. I can see why you like him.
Yeah, as you said, down in class and recent runs in free-for-all. He's another who's a bit touchy early, but when he does begin and he can nail the jump, he came out running 3 runs ago when he did run 22.88 around here, and he broke 11 seconds to that first section, 10.98. If you're breaking 11 at the back, you are really hiking. If he begins, he's a huge chance.
All right, I'm with the red, number 1, Little Fingers. You are with the pink.
Yeah, in the corner of Silver Ranger. Just needs to begin from that wide draw.
All right, greyhounds beside the 400-metre boxes here, and Little Fingers is my on-top tipper. Set a wide open market, 350 the field, headed up by the red runner. Money for number 8, Silver Ranger. They did bet $6 and $7 earlier today, maybe even a touch better with some of the corporates, and it's into around that $5.50 quote. And Swan's Magic, as we mentioned, for trainer Kenny Bell at Muswellbrook, last start winner here in 22.96 last Saturday evening. And this is a greyhound that's got a good record at the track, a 3-time winner. There's number 1, Little Fingers, on screen by fast times out of Mooney on Angel, trained by Graham Duggan. And Graham's also got number 6, Party in this as well. Peter Akers has got 2 runners in All Rum and Reddington Rum.
If Party gets anywhere near her best form, Duke, she'll be awfully hard to beat. She has run 22.16 around Gosford, 22.60 at Richmond, and over the 330 she's run around 18.6. She's just got that tricky draw, and as I said, just put a line through her latest run where she found trouble on resumption.
All right, they're moving behind the boxes, the 400-metre starting boxes here at Ladbrokes Gardens. That grandstand is getting fuller by the minute, and so is the front concourse. They're lined up 3 and 4 deep in anticipation of what will be a huge night, not just on the track, but off the track also, as far as Shannon Knoll performing is concerned. All right, moving into the traps. This is race number 2 at Ladbrokes Gardens. Here's Phil Roberts.
Swan's Magic just about set to go. Race 2 from the Gardens. Green lights on, 400 metres. Set to jump. Ready. Racing. Swan's Magic was away nicely, but then got checked as All Rum came across and Little Fingers rode through and took up the running. Led over Silver Ranger. Swans Mavis moves into 3rd spot, and then Swishy Girl All Rum. Well back is Reddington Rum, Hard Bass and Party off the back they run. The leader is Little Fingers. Silver Ranger gets alongside it. They're clear of Swans Mavis. It's still Little Fingers in front over Silver Ranger. Little Fingers comes away, defeats Silver Ranger. Swans Magic in 3rd spot. 4th in was Swishy Girl ahead of All Rum. Well back was Hard Bass with Party and Reddington Rum back with it. Little Fingers taking out the second event.
1-8, 2 and 3 to race number 2 on the card, and again that inside box, Timmy, to absolute advantage for those runners. And Little Fingers was able to punch up, hold the lead going through the first turn, and then defied the run-on of Silver Ranger to win.
Sure did, Duke. Box 1, races 1 and 2. Bit of jostling through that first turn, a bit of bumping, and Little Fingers found the lure and just continued to roll along 23-1 or thereabouts, which is a PB for Little Fingers. He was knocking on the door. He'd been really good in recent runs, finishing runner-up at his past couple of starts, and a deserved win, Duke.
Value if you've got the first 4, because number 3, Swishy Girl, was the extreme outsider in the field. 1-8, 2 and 3 the numbers. So Little Fingers beats Silver Ranger. Swans Magic get third, so three of the top fancies. But if you're playing wide in the first fours, Swishy Girl will put some value in there.
Sure will, Duke. 1-8-2-3. Silver Ranger didn't begin all that well from the outside alley, but did get the fly when they did jostle underneath. I thought he was a genuine winning chance. I thought he might have even got closer to the winner when they were on that top turn, but he just drew away in the latter stage of Little Fingers. Swans Magic run was really good, as we mentioned prior to the race. Fast winner here a week ago. I think she'll be winning another race very, very soon.
All right, let's head trackside. Here's Mick Cowley.
Joined by Dave Lewis. Dave, congratulations. A winner on this 7:15 night. Went pretty well.
He went good. He's he just keeps improving.
The one draw was obviously key over the back.
Big advantage.
And showed a bit of tickets sticking on too.
Yeah, no, he hangs in there. Yeah, he's tenacious, that's for sure.
What were any instructions from Graham?
No, just go and enjoy yourself, boys.
You look like you're enjoying yourself.
We always do, mate. We always do.
Congratulations, well done.
Good on you. Thank you. Enjoy your night.
Thank you, Mick Cowley, with Dave Lewis there. And look, it wasn't that brilliant to begin, but it took full advantage, as said Timmy, of the rails, and Little Fingers punches up. He holes out Silver Ranger, Swans Magic in third spot, and then back to Swishy Girl. And on that top turn there, Silver Ranger, given its form and given what it can run, you thought it probably was going to run past.
Yeah, I did, Duke, on that top turn. Moved up really strongly, although, like, Silver Ranger isn't an overly strong greyhound, but I thought he might have just got the better of Little Fingers in the latter stages. But all honours to him and Dave and the team, aiming up for a photo there. And if you can't enjoy tonight here at the Gardens, winning a race on 7:15 night when there's a big crowd here like tonight, I don't think you'll ever enjoy a night at the Greyhounds.
They're having a ball, I can tell you that already. And as I said, that concourse in front of the grandstand, probably 5 deep at the moment. The grandstand probably 80% at the moment. And Little Fingers takes out race number 2 here, and look at the excitement from Dave. You'll love it. 320 and 140 about the winner, Little Finger. Silver Ranger 190, Swans Magic 160, the Quinella 1230. The first four, as I said, pays really well. 426.40, given the tries paid $41.40. So they are the dividends to race 2, and box 1 takes out races 1 and 2 here at Ladbrokes Gardens. And there is Little Finger. Have a look at the actions on them. Are they beautiful animals to watch as they get up to speeds of around 65 and 67 kilometres an hour. And some happy owners there along with Dave Lewis and that forward trainer, Graham Duggan. So Little Fingers takes out race number 2 on the card. All right, as I said, the big race, of course, is race number 10. It's the Ladbrokes 7:15, but we've got 5 races. Then we have a 45-minute split. Shannon Knoll performs live here on course to a massive crowd, and it could probably only get bigger between now and then. To me, we're only 2 races down, and it's what, 6:30?
Yeah, it's getting bigger and bigger as the night rolls on, Duke. And the Racecourse Hotel, Duke, from Walls End, they're sponsoring that previous race, and there's a big
Was
team.
that one of your locals?
It was over the years, yeah, not these days. Now being based in Sydney, but yeah, when I was a local here, yeah, I did frequent that pub quite a number of times. I think they might have had a photo on the door, probably at the end.
Is that self-exclusion? All right, I'll tell you what, race 3 on the card to me is the toughest race of the night. It's a 0-2 wins over the 600 metres. It is the Matty Johns on Fox Lee. Don't worry about Matty Johns. Duke and Battler will be on Fox Lee a little bit later tonight. Love My Key favourite, third favourite at $5. Bull Key at $3.10, $21 Sweet Seal, 10 Hut at $8.50. Jackie Moon at $2.90. Temptation Craze gets the start from box number 6. It's a $51 chance. Lovedale Road for Rex Jones at $5, my on top tip. And then All About Me at $15. Very similar to the 400 metre boxes, Timmy. The 600 metre start is on a bend. Short run into that turn into the home straight, but again, it's critical that you're in a good position. And, you know, middle boxes, unless they come out running from a middle box at a 600, it's often that concertina effect.
Yeah, you could be in a world of pain in between runners coming down from the outside. If you've got wide runners drawn on the inside, wanting to shift up a little bit, Duke. So you need to get the start right on these bend starts. And I found this one of the hardest races of the night, being a 0-2 win race.
Yeah, I'm actually having something each way on Lovedale Road from box 7. An early tip from you?
Jackie Moon, although I'm struggling to take the price.
Yeah. All right, we're going to take a break. On the other side of the break, we're going to hear from some of the contenders who have got runners in the world's richest distance race, the Ladbrokes 715.
It's the most exciting racing New South Wales has ever seen. The Greyhound Super Series presents the 715.
Ladbrokes Mates Mode, the better way to chat, share and bet together. Ladbroke it and multiply the excitement with Ladbrokes Same Race Multi. Pick up to 4 runners and watch your potential payout increase. Ladbroke it with a Same Race Multi.
Thank you for being a friend. Thank you for being.
They are the superstars. The very best of the best. The legends. In the most exciting racing New South Wales has ever seen, the Greyhound Super Series presents the 715.
Ladbroke it and multiply the excitement with Ladbrokes Same Race Multi. Pick up to 4 runners and watch your potential payout increase. Ladbroke it with a Same Race Multi.
It's the most exciting racing New South Wales has ever seen. The Greyhound Super Series presents the 715.
That was the start of race number 2 here at Ladbrokes Gardens, taken out by Little Fingers. Okay, let's take a look at an update for the market for the big one. Race 10 on the card, due to go at 9:50 p.m. The Ladbrokes 7:15 final, $500,000 going to Winning Connections. Miss Esme, she's been rock solid at $2.80. OO range $4.20. $5.50 about Jarek Bale and Sound of Silence. Line of Quality is at $10. A back marker, Corborn Magic at $12. Then Gypsy Wild, still can't believe the price, $18. I know she's not greatly boxed, Timmy, but she is a 4-time Group 1 winner. And Draco Bale at $41. 3 Victorians in the 7:15. One of them is Jarek Bale. He's prepared by Mark Delbridge, and Mick Cowley caught up with Mark earlier tonight.
Mark, how's the week been with Jarek Bale?
Oh yeah, not like normal. Work him in the runs, do whatever I have to do. As I said, the drive up here. As I said, like he seemed to handle it all right last week. As I said, we've done more or less the same. Left at 4:30 this morning. Got here. Go from there. I suppose it's all up to him now.
It was pretty impressive. Showed a lot of ticker last week. Yeah, sticking on to win that heat.
Yeah, like he was probably a little bit underdone because after Sandown Cup, he was actually sore. So I wanted to bring him here the week before to give him a look, but I couldn't. So as I said, like the week before, I couldn't do much with him. It was only the last week I could do a bit with him. So as I said, he should benefit for the run and looking around here, so he should improve.
What's it going to take for him to win this race? He's going to have to be up near the lead, obviously.
Oh, look, yeah, I think so. Look, if he could, yeah, if he could run, third, if he's lobbed third, as I said, I suppose he's got every chance. But look, it just depends what the 1 and 2 do, I suppose. As I said, like last week, they both led and ran time, as I said. He had to work a little bit because he didn't lead, and then he had to push through at the winning line and that, which probably cost him a few lengths. So he should improve, as I said. And I think he got lost a little bit around over these 400-metre boxes. So he knows where he's going tonight. So cross fingers, let's hope so.
To be racing in a $500,000 race, is it a little bit surreal?
Oh, sensational. As I said, you wouldn't think. As I said, like, it's only the Melbourne Cup. It's around nearly 500. The $1 million chase. So, yeah, as I said, 500,000 would be beautiful if I could win it.
Hey, best of luck. Good luck with Jarek Bale tonight.
No worries. Thank you.
Mick Cowley there with Mark Delbridge, a two-time Group 1 winner. He won the Sale Cup in 2021, won the Group 1 Rookie Rebel at the Meadows earlier this year over the 600 metres. The interesting fact is, Timmy, he's now a 27-time winner. He only won one of his first 13 starts.
Yeah, quite remarkable, isn't it? And you do see that quite often, Duke. Just take quite a long time to really hit their straps, but he has done it now. He's one of the best stayers in the nation. I described his win last week probably tradesman-like. He got the job done without, any flashing lights to say, oh, that was an outstanding win. I think he'll improve on that. He's beautifully drawn in box number 3. I think he's drawn to land right behind Miss Esme and OO range. Right on the rails, he's got a line of quality drawn on his outside who walks out of the boxes, so he won't worry him in the early stages. He's in this race right up to his ears.
And he did finish second in the recent Group 1 Sandown Cup, beaten a length by Untapped. So Jarek Bale from box number 3, one of 3 Victorians that will do battle in the 7:15 later tonight. Race 10 on the card. All right. Race 3 is a 0-2 wins event. It's over the 600 metres, and as I said, I thought this was the toughest race on the card for punters. Love My Key from box number 1 for James Porter. Comes off a last start, second behind Jackie Moon. Now, a few of these runners were in that race. Jackie Moon, Bull Key, and also All About Me. And again, it's hard to get a guide to me because they went slow time in that. I think it was 32.51.
Yeah, it was 32.51. Jackie Moon taking out that race at her 16th run. So had been knocking on the door, finally got up to the middle journey of 5.65 and getting up further tonight. Will relish the extra journey. Normally a moderate beginner, will be parked behind the leaders, but has got a big finish. But as you mentioned, it is a very, very tricky race.
Yeah, it's a stay-out race. I had a little multi and I threw Lovedale Road in, but with no confidence. All right, let's go through them runner by runner. Number 1, Love My Key, as I said, ran second at Maitland behind Jackie Moon. 2 starts back, ran third here over the 600 metres. Beaten 14 lengths by Stagger Out Lee, going 35.69 on the clock.
Yeah, from the inside alley, should be able to park right with the leaders. He's going well enough to threaten here. Both runs recently very, very solid and won't find this much tougher.
To the checks is Bull Key for Michelle Franklin's Chambers. Last start third behind Jackie Moon. It was beaten 2.5 lengths. Prior to that, ran fourth at Wentworth Park behind Princess Audrey, and third the start prior behind Sakura. So handy Wentworth Park form there.
Yeah, and I think he's another who'll be... He'll benefit by the little rising trip to the middle journey of 600 metres from box number 2. Should be able to park right with the leaders early on and will keep coming at the end.
3 the white is Sweet Seal for Joanne Russell, currently around the $21 quote. 3 starts back, ran second here, I should say, behind Stagger Out Lee. That was the same race that Love My Key ran third in, but it's been down the track here at its last couple.
Yeah, we'll need to improve sharply on those couple of runs, Duke.
Wayne White, as I said, has made the journey up from Goulburn, and he's got 10 Hut in it. He was a very long price winner at Dapto, probably about 6 starts back. It's been down the track its last couple. Ran second behind No Complaints, 3 starts back there at Dapto.
Yeah, in moderate time over the 520 metres, he would need to lift on his past couple of runs.
Jackie Moon is prepared by Anne Foley for owner Kelvin Lean. Kel's got 3 runners in this race, and Jackie Moon, as you said earlier, Timmy, start 16, broke its maiden at Maitland.
Yeah, had been crying to get out over more ground. Got out to the 565 at Maitland, broke his maiden on that occasion. Now up to the 600 metres. That is certainly in his favour. I think he's clearly the one to beat.
Number 6, Tear Up, is a scratching. Its place has been taken by number 9, Temptation Craze. Down the track here at its last 2. Its best recent run, a third behind Yereli Bale, running 35.88 on the clock.
I struggle to have her on her overall form, Duke, and would need a career PB to take out this.
All right, the one I'm keen on, if you're keen to have a punt, is number 7, Lovedale Road, trained by Rexy Jones. It fell at Taree 2 starts back. Then it finished down the track here last week, or its last start behind Tikumi. But if we go back 3 starts, Timmy, it won here in 29.91 over the 5:15 metres. And again, it's probably its best guide to winning tonight.
And had a wide alley on that occasion, Duke. Resuming from a little bit of a break here, her last run here at the Gardens over the 500 metres was very, very poor and didn't look to stretch out in the back straight, and that has since had a bit of a break, so may have had a little bit of a niggling injury on that occasion. Straight up to the 600 metres on resumption, will roll forward. Tremendous chance.
All right, and 8, the Pink, is All About Me for trainer Rob Brown from Cessnock. Unplaced at its last 4 starts. Its best recent run, go back to the 14th of May, and it finished 3rd behind Tickle Me Elsie.
Yeah, hard to have on current form, Jude.
All right, that's it. It is a wide open market here for race number 3 on the card, a 0 to 2 wins event over the 600 metres. 10 Hut for Wayne White is currently at $9. And money for the inside 2 runners in Love My Key and also Bull Key, and Lovedale Road also has support, along with Jackie Moon, who is currently $2.70 and favourite for trainer Anne Foley. So it is a race that punters probably need to tread warily with. There is always a winner. Every race has got a winner, but it's a race where there is probably 4 or 5 chances at best. So Lovedale Road currently at $8. A Greyhound, look, if you're keen to have a bet, I thought he might give us a side, as Timmy said, stepping straight up to the 600 metres after around about, 3 weeks off. So Lovedale Road may be able to roll forward, and at the price, and going off a 29.91 win here, 3 starts back. All right, so they're beside the 600 metre boxes. They have a run of about 100 metres, or 85 metres, I should say, from the boxes to the point of the home turn. They then race into the home straight, get to the winning pace, and then do 1 complete lap here at Ladbrokes Gardens for the 600 metres. So Jackie Moon was the favourite at $2.70, starting from box number 5. Looking to make it win 2 from start 17.
How good do the new rugs look, Duke? All the corporate partners really standing out there.
Well, it's the first time you've seen them. So 1, the red, is sponsored by Ladbrokes. 2 is ZBet. 3 is Palmerbet. 4 is Sportsbet. 5, the yellow, is Elite Bet. 6 is Top Sports. 7 is Neds. And 8 is Bluebet. How good's that?
Very good memory, Duke. You reeled them off in very, very quick.
I was thinking I was going to
sectionals.
make a blue. That's why I was trying to get through them as quick as I could. All right, Greyhound's moving behind the 600 metre boxes, and we're around about 30 seconds off start time. The favourite will wear 5, the yellow, for Elite Bet, and that is Jackie Moon for trainer Anne Foley and owner Kelvin Lean. As I said, Kel's got 3 runners in this race. Boxes 1, 2 and 5, and they're 3 of the favourite runners. Tommy, our starter, looking resplendent as always, doesn't he? He's got the tux, he's got the bow tie. It's great to see someone like that who is so passionate about his job. All right, race 3 on the card. Let's head upstairs. Here's our caller, Phil Roberts.
Last of them coming in. Green lights turned on. Set to go race 3. Ready. Racing. Fast out. Bull Key lands on the lead over Temptation Craze, and wider was Lovedale Road. It's All About Me. Tracking up Love My Key behind those. Followed by 10 Hut. The favourite Jackie Moon back second last. Sweet Zeal is back at the tail. Out of the straight they run, and going to the lead on the outside, Lovedale Road, narrowly over Bull Key, who's holding the inside now, checks off its heels. 5 lengths away, Jackie Moon starting to run on, and then Love My Key, a gap back, All About Me to the bend, and Bull Key moved up to Lovedale Road. Jackie Moon coming at the pair. Bull Key hit the lead on the home bend. Jackie Moon checked off it. Bull Key, Jackie Moon. Jackie does best. Jackie Moon over Bull Key. Third in was Love My Key. Next in then came Sweet Zeal, then Ten Hut, All About Me, Temptation Craze, and Lovedale Road weakened back with those. Jackie Moon the winner. It's been too strong for Bull Key, as was the case at Maitland last start. Love My Key in third spot.
And the time tells the tale there, Timmy. 35.18. Kel Lean, the owner, has the trifecta. 5 is the winner, and that is Jackie Moon. Wins 2 in a row after taking 16 starts to win its maiden. Jackie Moon wins race number 3 from number 2, and that is Bull Key. 1 is third, and that is Love My Key. And first split there of 9.50, a run home of 12.75. 3 gets fourth. So 5, 2, 1 and 3 to race 3 on the card.
And the siblings running 1, 2. Duke Jackie Moon, you could see it getting a run through the catching pen on the first occasion. It was only moderately away, and it was back, I think, second last with a lap to go. But got that run through, and when he got the run through and he was within striking range of the leaders down the back straight, he's got a pretty big motor and a big finish when he's on song. And he was just too strong in the latter stages for his sister, Bull Key, or I should say for his brother, Bull Key, in the final metres.
Jackie Moon wins, and that takes Jackie Moon's record to 17 starts, 2 wins and 11 minors. And there he is. He ran wide on that home turn, straightened up, and went straight past him. So 5, 2, 1 and 3. Lovedale Road led them up, but first run over the 600 after a little 3-week freshen up, it told the tale in the home straight, Timmy.
Yeah, he's very green, Jackie Moon, and I think he'll get better and better with racing. He took a long time to take out his maiden race, but he finally got up to the middle journey at Maitland over the 5.65, and he relished getting up to the 600 metres here. As you can see, going through the catching pen, he slid through to 4th position. He got to the outside of Love My Key down the back. He sort of brushed a little bit there, but you could see him putting in the big strides at this point, and this is where you thought he had the race in his keeping. Bull Key moved up strongly to grab the lead, but Jackie Moon had it in its sights.
All right, so Jackie Moon takes out race number 3. Mick Cowley is speaking now with his trainer, Anne Foley.
And congratulations. There's a bit of a story with this dog. Actually broke a hock.
Yes, in January this year at Wentworth Park in the big maiden final, he ran third, but he came off the track with a cracked hock. So we worked on him. He's come back now for a second and 2 wins. So we're pretty happy.
Obviously a lot of work, a lot of patience during that time.
It's patience, Mick. It's all patience, and that's the dog game, patience.
Was there ever a time you thought it may not work out?
No, my vet Peter York convinced me that the dog would make it back, and my husband Barry worked on him, and he's back tonight.
Must make it even more satisfying.
It certainly does. His owners, Kel Lean and Lindsay Davis, they've both been very patient with us. He took a long time to win a maiden, but we knew he had the ability, so tonight, 2 wins in his last 3.
He's absolutely flying. He showed a lot of tenacity with that one.
Yeah, and he'll go further than 600, I think, too. So we're looking forward to that in the near future.
Congratulations, well done.
Thank you so very much, thank you.
Mick Cowley there with trainer Anne Foley, and there is big Jackie Moon looming up on the outside, and races clear and wins race number 3 on the card, and that is his 2nd career win. And as I said, Kel Lean, who formerly raced Kibo, and has had a lot of success. They had a brood bitch called Black Reband, who I think they had 4 or 5 litters and just produced winner after winner from Black Reband.
And a lot of those were over the shorter trip.
Yep. 310 and 130 Jackie Moon, 160 Bull Key, 190 for Love My Key. Quinella there, favourite rate $5. Trifecta 26.70 with number 3 running 4th, and that was Sweet Zeal. The first fill plays 110 and change. That is race 3. The Matty Johns on Fox League. Here's the start. Firing out from box number 2 was Bull Key. Lovedale Road gets the front. The one we're looking for is 5, the yellow. Checks off runners and then pushes his way through there. Timmy, as the Greyhounds go past us here at the run out of the home straight.
Yeah, Lovedale Road, Duke will be better for that run. First up over the 600 metres on resumption tonight. Just got leg weary over the latter stages. I think there is a definite win for the Greyhound in the not too distant future. Maybe back to the 500 metres, Duke. Didn't really run the 600 metres out tonight, but I think if she does land in the right race in the next couple of weeks, she might be able to get a little bit of an earn out of Lovedale Road.
All right, let's take a look at race 4 on the card. This is a Greyhound Racing New South Wales maiden final. We've got $5,000 going to the winner. The scratching here is number 2, and that is Tarawai Lola. And number 10, Wong Fong, will start from box 2. All the rage, and deservedly so, is number 1, Lochinvar Aloisi. For GRNSW board member Kevin Gordon, trained by Michelle Lill. Prohibited odds there at $1.22 after a 29.88 heat.
Yeah, very, very hard to go against Lochinvar Aloisi. Outstanding all of the way win. 29.88, as you mentioned. Ran quick early sections and mid-race. Perfectly dropped in box number 1. He does look to lead and run his rivals into the ground, but he is at a very skinny quote, as you mentioned.
The Greyhound that ran second to Miss Mikado, it's at $11, draws box number 8. It is a 26-start maiden. It's run 15 minors for trainer Phil Corral. Second pick in the market at $8.50 is Tony Pepperoni for Alan Ivers. This Greyhound finished third in its heat behind Lochinvar Aloisi, clocking 30 and 30. So, look, on face value, to me, it's probably a sit-and-watch race because off the red box, Lochinvar Aloisi, who had box 8 in the heat, moves to the rails, and he did want to get across to the rails in the early stages. 29.88, he's got plenty on his rivals.
If you are looking to play the race and look away from the favourite, I thought Mighty Boomer as a place-only bet. You could get a little earn there, currently around the $2.90, $3 mark about Mighty Boomer. Box number 3 might be able to find the rails through the first turn. If it does, it can certainly get into the minor money.
Sticking solid with your kennel?
My kennel, Mark Davidson, Mark and Mel Davidson. They very good friends and have trained greyhounds for me for a number of years. I haven't got any at the moment, but they're great trainers, Duke, and it's their home track. Wouldn't they love to win one on 7:15 night?
And they won the Group 3 Bob Payne with Lectra Lad, who goes around in the Chief Havoc Gunnedah Cup on Sunday afternoon. We're going to take a quick break here on our showcase presentation at Ladbrokes Gardens. This is 7:15 night.
It's the most exciting racing New South Wales has ever seen. The Greyhound Super Series presents the 7:15.
I am eloquent and parody coming
Get there.
They won't get it.
Yes.
Sovereign Award 1 from I am eloquent.
Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. Your heart is true, you're a pal and a confidant. I'm not ashamed to say, I hope it always will stay this way. My hat is off, won't you stand up and take a bow? Thank you for being a friend. Thank you for being a friend. Thank you for being a friend. Thank you for being a friend.
With new Mates Mode, you and your friends can chat, share and bet together. Ladbroke it together. Ladbroke it and multiply the excitement with Ladbrokes Same Race Multi. Pick up to 4 runners and watch your potential payout increase. Ladbroke it with a Same Race Multi.
Thank you for being
Getting weary. I am eloquent and parody coming
Get there.
They won't get it.
Yes.
Sovereign Award 1 from I am eloquent.
Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. Your heart is true, you're a pal and a confidant. I'm not ashamed to say, I hope it stay this way. My hat is off, won't you stand up and take a bow? Thank you for being a friend. Thank you for being a friend. Thank you for being a friend.
With new Mates Mode, you and your friends can chat, share and bet together. Ladbroke it together. Ladbroke it and multiply the excitement with Ladbrokes Same Race Multi. Pick up to 4 runners and watch your potential payout increase. Ladbroke it with a Same Race Multi.
They are the superstars. The very best of the best. The legends. In the most exciting racing New South Wales has ever seen, the Greyhound Super Series presents the 715.
Thank you for being a friend. Thank you for being a friend.
Mates Mode, the better way to chat, share and bet together. Ladbroke it together.
It's the most exciting racing New South Wales has ever seen. The Greyhound Super Series presents the 715.
Big crowd here at Ladbrokes Gardens in anticipation of the world's richest long distance race. The Ladbrokes 715, $500,000 going to winning connections. They're already having a good time, Ticky. I'll tell you what, we might just check in with those, with that little crowd there in about 3 hours' time and see how they are. As I said, race 10 is the feature event, the 715, the inaugural running of it, and Miss Esme still holds the call at 280 in front of Oko Range at 420, 550 about Jarek Bale and Sound of Silence, $10 line of quality. Corbel Magic out to $12, $18 Gypsy Wine, $41 Draco Bale.
Sound of Silence has been well tried, Duke. He was $8 or $9 earlier in the week, so he's trimmed right down in the last 24 to 48 hours. And I know Frankie's pretty confident just reading a few of the articles throughout the week. Has got a tricky draw, but gee, he's going really well, Sound of Silence.
It is tricky, but as we've always mentioned, line of quality flops out of the boxes, so there's no pace on his inside. Draco Bale does want to get to the fence, but isn't a noted fast beginner, so we've spoken about the early pace in this race, which will come from Miss Esme, OO Range, and also Sound of Silence. Miss Esme, she is a dual track record holder. Word is that if she wins tonight, she will be retired. She may be retired, win, lose, or draw. Trainer Jack Smith is home with a warm fire burning at Forbes. His wife, Marie, has had a rather arduous trip to get to Ladbrokes Gardens tonight. She caught up with Mick Cowley earlier.
Marie Smith, it's lovely to see you here, but it was a bit of a trek.
Oh my God, I just need to calm down, take a breath. My car broke down at Sandy Hollow, and this amazing man called Jesse brought me here. And don't know him from bar of soap, he doesn't know me from a bar of soap. And yeah, I'm ever so thankful, and yeah.
Did you obviously called ahead and told stewards what was happening? They gave you a bit more time to kennel?
Yes, they did, thankfully, yeah, because I didn't know at that stage how I would get here. And as I said, this guy called Jesse Hines from the Central Coast, he just, without even a thought.
How was Miss Esme during all this drama?
Miss Esme, I don't think understood what's happening, but she was okay. She was calm in the new car, and yeah, everything's worked out well.
What was the reaction from the husband when you gave him a call to tell him what was going on?
I probably shouldn't say the words because it might be a bit rude, but I dare say we're in the biggest race of our career, and I ring up and say we're broken down at Sandy Hollow. It wasn't a good reaction.
How's the week been for Miss Esme? Business as usual?
Yep, she's had a great week, just worked at home. Yeah, nothing different.
Everyone's talking about box one, hopefully lead. Obviously that's the plan. Her first split last week was fantastic.
Yeah, well, I hope we do the same. That's why I've come again tonight, because we usually, if things go well in the heat, we do the same thing in the final. And that's why I'm here.
There's been talk about this could be her swan song, this may be her last start. Is that confirmed yet or not yet?
No, it's not confirmed, but we know that the owners don't want to give her a long career because they're looking at her breeding. Yeah, so we'll be sad, of course, because we just love her so much, but it's not our dog, so we'll just do whatever has to be done.
Last 6 months or so, you've had a starter in the Phoenix, a starter in the $1 Million Chase, now a starter in the 715. Hopefully it's third time lucky for you guys.
Well, wouldn't that be nice? But honestly, how blessed are we to have had dogs in each of those finals? So proud of my husband and all his hard work, and hopefully it'll pay off.
And after the luck you've had today, you're due for a change now.
Yeah, and I also trud in something, so you know what they say.
They do indeed. Good luck tonight, Marie. Thanks for having a chat.
Oh, thank you so much. Good luck, everyone.
You don't have to be Einstein to work out what she trotted in because she's at a greyhound track. Meanwhile, Marie has had an afternoon to forget. Well done to Jessie. As Marie said, she never knew him from a borough, so just shows you the compassion of some people. Well done, Jessie, if you're watching or if you're listening. Miss Esme Timmy, a greyhound, has set a track record holder at Dubbo over the 600, on the old track at Richmond over the 717. She ran fourth in the 2021 Group 1 Top Gun Stayers at the Meadows behind Gypsy Wyong. She's had 2 700s. She's run 41.73, identical time in both of those runs. Box One, a huge advantage with her early speed.
I think she's ready to peak third up at the 700 this preparation. If she does happen to win, I'm sure the sling to Jessie will be the biggest sling of his life.
Might be from Marie. Jack.
Jack's
He'll be hard.
Yeah, you'll struggle to get anything out of Jack, but I'm sure Marie will throw something to Jessie. Well done.
Yeah,
that's great. It's a great little story.
It is a great story. $2.80 about Miss Esme to win the Ladbrokes 715. Runners are on the track for race number 4 on the card, the Greyhound Racing New South Wales maiden final. $5,000 going to the winner. Runners qualified here last week in the heats. And Lochinvar Aloisi for Kevin Gordon and Michelle Lill, a deserved favourite at $1.25. Comes off a 29.88 heat winner on debut.
Yeah. Clearly the Wonder Duke ran fast early in mid-race sectionals, did enough coming home, 29.88 as you mentioned, overall perfectly drawn and should justify the very skinny quote.
To the checks, Tarawai Lola is a scratching 10. The red, white and blue Wan Fong for Phil Carroll will go into box number 2, a 26 start maiden. Just the 6 minors, ran 5th in its heat, going 30 and 67.
Hard to have Duke, has had 11 runs, track and trip for only 2 minors.
Mighty Boomer for Mark Davidson, the one you fancy at a bit of odds as far as the place is concerned. It ran 2nd in its heat, going 30 and 50. That was its 2nd ever race start. Yeah,
just trying to look how to get an earn out of the race away from the favourite at the skinny quote. I thought Mighty Boomer might be able to find the rails through the first turn. She kept on coming when she finished a narrow runner-up in the heat last week, and I think she could really get into the money. She's currently around the $3 mark for a hole.
Tony Pepperoni for Alan Ivers. It ran 3rd in the heat behind Lochinvar Aloisi. If you go back 3 starts, it ran 2nd here, going 30 and 04. That's its career best time in 4 starts.
Touchy beginner, but has got a good turn of speed when he does hit the ground. He's a centre tracker. He's not too badly drawn in box number 4. He's been in the market in all 4 runs, Duke. $4.80, $2.50, $3.10 and $3.10 here last Saturday night. So he's been well fancied, well found in all of his runs.
Lochinvar Aloisi went 29.88, winning its heat. Rev Up Poppy won the other heat, and it clocked 30 and 48 at start 24.
Yeah, career best performance in 30 and 48. Will need to improve time-wise, many lengths to go back-to-back.
Downtown Sipper for Tina Howard. It ran 4th. It was on debut, around the $7 quote, beaten 7 lengths by Lochinvar Aloisi.
I think he can be a big improver. He wanted to get hard of the rail from a wide alley last week on debut. Will do the same from a wide alley again. But I think with that run under his belt in a field, he could certainly improve.
7 the Black is Easy Minor for trainer Neville Broadbent from Elderslie. It ran 3rd behind Rev Up Poppy. It was beaten a quarter of a length, going 30 and 50.
Yeah, heavily backed on that occasion, but had every hope, Duke. Forged to the front on the home corner and was caught in the latter stages by Rev Up Poppy. Look, he's been well tried in both runs, and those runs were spaced. I think he's got ability, but I think he's got a bit to learn.
And Miss Mikado rounds out the field. It starts from box number 8, the second of the runners for Phil Carroll. It finished second behind Lochinvar Aloisi, beaten 3 3/4 lengths. 30 and 15 on the clock.
Yeah, she's had many chances to break a maiden. She's been in the money in 15 of her 26 outings. I've got to throw her into the wider multiples, Stu.
Okay, I'm with Lochinvar Aloisi, so is Timmy. There's Michelle Lil with the favourite on screen. Of course, Michelle and her husband Mick put the polish on the likes of More Sauce and Casual Glance, two of our top sprinters of 2021. Lochinvar Aloisi by Fernando Bale out of Tearsome, owned by Greyhound Racing New South Wales board member Kevin Gordon, trained by Michelle Lil. It will start from box number 1. Ran 5:07 to the first mark from box 8 last week. Timmy Better said did want to hunt across to the rail, so it looks as if it's well drawn from the rails.
Yeah, he's well drawn on the rails. He'd know every little inch of sand around this track, Duke. No doubt he'd be well educated of the track, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him improve on that 29.88, which he did run on debut last week.
That grandstand is now probably 85% full. And the concourse has said it's absolutely packed as well. So terrific to see such a great crowd here in anticipation of the world's richest distance race, the 7:15. But Greyhounds are behind the boxes for race number 4 on the card, the GRNSW Maiden. And this is a race worth $5,000 to the winner. And there is the favourite, number 1, Lochinvar Aloisi for Michelle Lil. Coming off a 29.88 heat win, starting at prohibitive odds at the moment at around the $1.22. Being boxed now, let's head upstairs. Here's Phil Roberts with his call of the maiden final.
Wong Fong in box 2. Just about all loaded away for the GRNSW maiden final.
That's all right. Can't have you on the track.
Last one in there, green lights on. Favourite draw on the inside. All set, ready, racing. Lochinvar Aloisi missed it. Fast out was Mighty Boomer. Lochinvar Aloisi, plenty of room to drive through, and the favourite will lead out of the straight. Going to third, Tony Pepperoni, and then rev up Poppy, who got checked back, passed by Downtown Zipper, Easy Minor. Wong Fong is back at the tail. Down the back, and Lochinvar Aloisi burst clear, led by 8 lengths Mighty Boomer, Tony Pepperoni. A gap back Downtown Zipper, then Easy Minor. Further back, Wong Fong, but it is all Lochinvar Aloisi remains unbeaten, and Lochinvar Aloisi by 4 lengths. Downtown Zipper second, third Mighty Boomer, fourth in was Easy Minor, and then came Wong Fong. A gap back in the field to Miss Ricardo and Rev Up Poppy, always at the tail.
1, 6 and 3, the favourite gets home. A couple of little heart flutters in the early stages. It didn't begin well, ran 5:08 to the first mark, but then held that inside, and that is another win for box 1 here at Ladbrokes Gardens. 29.84, so it takes half a length off what it ran in the final. Good effort in the end, Timmy.
It was, Duke. He's got a lot to learn. He's still a little bit green. He was moderately away, but then he got that room, and then he just drove. He drove through that first turn. He took control. When he did that, it was all over. We know he can run the 29.80 odd down the track. I've got no doubt he can go quicker than that here around the Gardens, but I'm sure Mick and Michelle Lil, along with owner Kevin Gordon, will look and target races around the traps in the not too distant future. But yeah, he's a nice young pup on an upward trend, Duke.
1, 6, 3 and 7, the result to race 4. Mick Cowley is with Michelle Lil.
Michelle, congratulations. Certainly a pup with plenty of ability.
Yeah, he is. Thank you. He's improving all the time. He just missed it just slightly tonight, but he punched up, which was nice to see, and just, went away with it.
It was a bit the same last week too. He was a bit slow to step, but once he mustered.
That's right, yeah. He's got that great midsection as well. I think he's just got a little bit to learn at the start, but it's all still new to him. He's just all the crowd and in a field, all new to him. He's still very unsure of his surroundings and that, so he'll keep going, I think.
When did you realise he had a bit of ability?
Pretty much from the first day we trialled him, So we usually have a set mark for our dogs, and he passed it with flying colours, so it was good to see.
Any thoughts? Just take it easy at the moment?
Yeah, just take it slow with him. Just let him find his legs and that. He's still learning, so there's no rush with him. Just pick out a couple of nice races and go slow with him. Yeah.
Congratulations, well done.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mick Cowley, speaking with Michelle Lill. And look, he was poorly away, but he got plenty of room in the early stage and just had to punch up underneath Mighty Boomer there in the run out of the home straight. And once he did that, look at him, he gets up to 66, 67 kilometres an hour. He runs 29.84 and now makes it 2 from 2, Timmy.
Yeah, he does, Duke, and he's got raw ability. He did get that room to move in the early stages with Greyhound 10 being moderately away and Mighty Boomer staying up the track in the run of the first turn. But when he drove through and took control, it was game, set and match. As you can see on this replay here, he was moderately away, but he got mobile very, very quickly. And that's a sign of a young dog with plenty of ability. He's raw, he's very raw. And the more racing he has, the better he will become, because there's no doubt, as Michelle just mentioned in that interview, he's shown plenty of ability from day dot. And Mick, Michelle and Kevin Gordon, the owner, are going to have plenty of fun with him.
Yeah, and Kev Gordon is no stranger to having good dogs in his camp, and Lochinvale Aloisi makes it 2 from 2. There's Michelle with Aloisi and runs 29.84 after a 5.08 first split. So $5,000 goes to the winner.
And I know, Duke, they did target this race with Lochinvar Aloisi some time ago. Kevin is a great supporter of the Gardens, has been from the opening back in 2005, was the major sponsor back in the early days of the complex, and I know that would give Kevin and Leone a big thrill, and the whole family. They've got a big function upstairs enjoying the evening, so no doubt they will be very happy taking out a race on 7:15 night.
163 and 7, 140 and 104 about the winner, Lochinvar Aloisi, who is about to wait his turn to go into the washdown bay and get a well-deserved drink, and there he is, romping home in race number 4 on the card. So we've had 4 races here, Timmy, and box 1 has won 3 of them. So a big night for the red box. I know you're hoping that it continues right through the night to race number 10. I'm hoping the pink has a bit of luck sometime along there. As said, it's a night that should be celebrated. It's a long time coming to the Gardens. Of course, our feature race here is the Black Top, but to have a race worth $500,000, and again, I'm looking from the outside, but you are a former local. Newcastle's a town that really sticks and sticks well.
When this race was announced late last year, I thought it was fantastic. Going to a regional centre, but coming to Newcastle. It's Greyhound Heartland in the Hunter Valley. The track has been open now since 2005, and you know, as you mentioned, the Blacktop is normally the big feature race of the year, along with the Newcastle Cup. But great to see Greyhound Racing New South Wales bringing this race, the 7:15, the world's richest staying race, to Newcastle. We were very confident of getting a crowd here tonight. It is freezing, Duke, but the locals, the Novocastrians, hey, they turn up to McDonald's Jones Stadium to watch the Knights when we're travelling pretty ordinary in their droves. So it's not surprising to see the tough Novocastrians turn up here at the Gardens, because yes, it is a very chilly night.
All right, race number 5, as I said, it will go at 7:30, and then we've got a break of around 45 minutes while Shannon Knoll performs live on course. But this race has been robbed of a little bit of interest, and also a little bit of the speed map as well, Timmy, with Opal Model coming out of box number 2. It is a scratching. Scamster takes its place wearing the green and white. Good job, Bob. Now is second pick in the market at $3.10 from box 1. Lincoln Valley for Dave Irwin, who will start range in the big one tonight. It is the favourite. It's got some hot casino form. 1660 win there a couple of starts back. Absolutely flying. Jaeger Bullet also in the market there, along with Telford. So a really interesting race coming up. There's the celebration. Matty Waring there, who is a member of Greyhound Racing, a board member, I should say, of Greyhound Racing New South Wales as well. Lochinvar Aloisi, the kids. It's a great night, and there are a lot of kids here as well, Timmy.
There is, and isn't that great to see? It's nothing better when you're seeing the young ones come out to Greyhound Racing, because as we've mentioned many times, it's our future. And have a look at those 2 young kids, happy as Larry.
And a big crowd, as I said, look at that, big cheer for him. Kids will remember this for a long, long while. There is Kevin Gordon, the owner of Lochinvar Aloisi and a board member of Greyhound Racing New South Wales. The next race is the Multicam CNC routing machinery, and as Timmy said, Kev's got a big function upstairs with a lot of his clients, and nice to see him pick up some prize money along the way as well. That is race 4. Race 5 due at 7:30 p.m. Top grade sprint over the 400 metres. We'll come back and dissect that right after this.
It's the most exciting racing New South Wales has ever seen. The Greyhound Super Series presents the 7:15.
Ladbrokes Mates Mode, the better way to chat, share and bet together. Ladbroke it and multiply the excitement with Ladbrokes Same Race Multi. Pick up to 4 runners and watch your potential payout increase. Ladbroke it with a Same Race Multi.
Thank you for being a friend. Thank you for being
Ladbroke it and multiply the excitement with Ladbrokes Same Race Multi. Pick up to 4 runners and watch your potential payout increase. Ladbroke it with a Same Race Multi.
It's the most exciting racing New South Wales has ever seen. The Greyhound Super Series presents the 7:15.
Smartest kids on course. Maybe we should. Can you get a Greyhound onesie made for us for these winter live hosts that we do? We've got the jackets on. We've got I think it's a heater. It's got something that looks like fire coming out of it. It is nice and chilly up here at Ladbrokes Gardens, but on the track, the action is red hot. And don't forget, race 10 on the card is the big one, the Ladbrokes 7:15, $500,000 going to the winner. Frank and Tracy Hurst won the second ever $1 million chase with Good Odds Errata, collecting a cool $1 million. Tonight, they'll be trying to get half of that with Sound of Silence, who will start from box 5 in the big one. And earlier this evening, Mick Cowley caught up with Frank.
Joined by Frank Hurst. Frank has Sound of Silence in the big race tonight, the 7:15. How's the week been for him, Frank?
Oh, it's been pretty laid back, mate, you know, casual, sort of, really. He's had a couple of slips up our straight, that's all, you know. He can run 700 now, so he don't need a lot of work.
Hey, people forget, he may have run second in those heats last week. He has run 41.48 around here, though.
Well, he hasn't forgotten, neither have I. And that's the sort of time standard. That was the best they ran last week, Dave Irwin's dog. So, I mean, he's more than competitive. He can run the times they can run. And the final, well, this is the final. It's going to be luck involved, mate. Who gets the luck is going to win.
Where, in a perfect world, you'd love to see him in front, but where do you think he might end up with the speed that's drawn on the inside?
Leading or running second. That'll do.
Last week's run, that top him off nicely for this?
Yeah, I think so. You know, he appeared to die a bit on the run, but like the other dog got to him like 100 yards out and didn't get around him until the last bound sort of thing, and then a bound after the post he was in front again, my dog. So, you know, we were happy with his run.
We've joked about, Pete's won $2 million chases, you've only won one, but Pete, no one's won $1 million chase in a 7:15. You could be the first.
Well, let's hope so. You know, I can give him back a bit of grief that he gives me. Yeah.
Hey, good luck here tonight, and also good luck at Grafton with Ties to Bind in the Thunderbolt semis.
Thanks very much.
Cheers.
Frankie Hurst there, Uncle Frankie, one of the best trainers, and we talk about trying to win $1 million chase and a 7:15. Jody and Andy Lord, they've won 2 of the Triple Crown that I've called it. took me a long time to come up with that as well. Golden Easter Egg, $1 million chase into the 7.15. So good luck to Frankie with Sound of Silence and Neville Morgan, who is the owner as well. All right, let's take a look at the first leg of the quaddie. Race number 5 on the card. As I said, Opal Model comes out. Scamster takes its spot from box number 2. And the favourite now is from box 5, and that is Lincoln Valley for Dave Irwin. Won the red is Good Job Bob Timmy. It's at $3.20. This Greyhound, Gabeck 3 starts at 1 at Maitland in 25.35. Finished 4th in a free-for-all here last week behind Hut 6.
Great record. Track and Trip has been in the money in 12 of 19, flying 22.54 PB. Has won 2 out of 10 from box number 1. So stats from the inside draw aren't all that flash. But if he can get away on a clean note, he'll be punching up looking for the lead.
Again, let's start here on the bend and the run out of the home straight. It's so critical. Jagora Bale from box number 3. It finished second at Narrow, 2 starts back behind Cumbria Dreaming. But let's talk about Lincoln Valley for Dave Irwin. 2 starts back, a 4th and 5th grade winner at Casino in 16.60. Then it backed it up with a 16.63 win there, beating Bockarm Pete, who was an absolute track specialist there. That was in a free-for-all. I know it hasn't, I know it's been here. It's had 2 wins from 3 starts. Its last run here was back in the 13th of May. So it's well versed with the track. And there, Davey Irwin was on screen there, just as we spoke about him.
This guy is absolutely airborne. He is flying. Box number 5, you might look and you say it's a horrible draw. If he does begin, he's not that badly drawn. Encouraging drawn on his inside, does want to get to the rail. Jaeger Bullet is touchy and a wider runner. With a clean getaway, he will get room to move and really get rolling. He's got a high cruising speed. It's just all depending on his box manners. He can be touchy, but gee, he really whistles when he does hit the ground.
I think the scratching of Opal Model certainly helps him, because Opal Model, who had drawn box 2, a noted link pinger who wants to use plenty of the track, she would have shifted out at that first turn. Now, as you say, touchy beginners drawn either side of him. And from box 5, I know, as you say, it sounds a bit funny that it's actually not a bad draw, because they do run straight into the turn. From a start like the 400 or the 600.
Yeah, you're spot on. And as I said, the Greyhound on his outside, Jaeger Bullet, will run a straight line, doesn't want to crash. He's a wider runner, encouraging. She loves racing around here, Duke. She's got a great record, and she's lining up for her 100th start tonight. So wouldn't it be great to see encouraging notch up at another victory as she cracks the century tonight. She loves racing here, mate.
Trained by Brian Young, 36 starts at the track, 6 wins, 13 minus. Got a PB here of 22.66. That is encouraging for the blue. And Greyhounds are just about to be paraded in front of this huge crowd here at Ladbrokes Gardens. They're still streaming in. As said, Shannon Knoll performs in around about 15 minutes' time. We've got that 45-minute break between races 5 and 6. Our coverage will pause at that point in time. Unfortunately, we can't show the Shannon Knoll concert due to licensing restrictions and regulations. But they're on their way to the 400-metre boxes here at Ladbrokes Gardens. Let's go through them runner by runner. Number 1, Good Job Bob. My on-top tip in this race, 3 starts back, a 25.35 winner at Maitland. Got a terrific record here, 19 starts, 7 wins, a PB of a flying 22.54.
Yeah, and if he can run up to that flying PB, he'll be awfully hard to beat. He hasn't got a great record from the inside alley, Duke. If Opal Model was in the race, he would have got a great run, because she is a screaming wide runner, but not as well drawn for mine now with the other Greyhound going in. But he's a genuine chance on his PB.
Currently $3.30. Number 9, Scamster, will start from box 2 for trainer Jeff Sattler. 2 starts back, ran 3rd in a free-for-all behind Able Master at Gosford, going 22.44.
Handy record at the track and trip, but in easier grade, will need a PB to take out this.
Jagora Bale, number 3, is one of the roughies at around the $26 quote, trained by Jacob White at Goulburn. 5 starts back, 1 at Nowra in a top grade sprint there, going 20.74 on debut at the track vote.
Reliable beginner with a turn of speed. She'll be pushing for the lead, but the big query first up here.
5, the yellow Lincoln Valley, as we said, for trainer Dave Irwin. And Lincoln Valley's got a great record of 16 starts for 9 wins, 3 minors. It's won 2 of 3 at this track. Its PB of 23.08 does not typify what sort of a chaser this greyhound is.
Yeah, spot on, Duke. He's absolutely flying at the moment. If he does begin, he will get room to move in the early stages, which he does need. He will really be whistling. If he does begin like he can, if he does get away cleaner, he could easily run 22.6 around here.
And the greyhound that is the danger, like I've tipped Good Job Bob. I thought there were three main hopes: Good Job Bob, Lincoln Valley and Jaeger Bullet, because if we go back 3 starts with Jaeger Bullet, went a tick outside the record of Gosford there over the 388 metres, going 21.76. It's got a PB here of 22.71. Rocks or diamonds at the jumper.
He sure is. He's a wide runner, so he's well drawn out on the 6. He's resuming from a break tonight, first up for 5 weeks, so coming in fresh. Yeah, he's a top chance, Duke.
Telford steps up a little bit in class tonight. It's had 14 starts for 6 wins. Comes off a victory at Gosford on Tuesday night, going 22.34, beating Little Fingers, who won earlier tonight.
Yeah, sure did, but this is much, much tougher, Duke. I think he is better suited in an easier race than this one.
Good Job Bob into $3.20. Scamster around the $13 quote. Number 8, the pink, Lenny's Jagger for Tisha Pie. 4 starts back, a winner at Taree. It's been racing in Masters Company. Again, Timmy, this is a tough ask tonight.
Yeah, rising in class and will need big improvement to figure.
Encouraging for Brian Young at $8. Lincoln Valley, who will start from box number 5 for trainer Dave Irwin, is the favourite at $2.70. In front of Good Job Bob from the rails draw at $3.20. And then Jaeger Bullet from box number 6. Value at $7.50 if it runs up to its best form.
Absolutely he is, Duke. I'm in the corner of Lincoln Valley. I think he'll get the room to move in the early stages he needs. But if you are following me here with Lincoln Valley, I think you've got to have a little saver on Jaeger Bullet at the big price.
Yeah, and I'm with Good Job Bob, but I agree with that if you want something to play as far as Quinellis and tries are concerned, look, I think 1, 5, 6 are the main threats in this race, but Jaeger Bullet is over the odds at $7.50. But I am keen on Good Job Bob. As I said, a 7-time winner at the track with an absolute flying 22.54 PB, which came from an inside draw back in November. So greyhounds are beside the 400-metre boxes. Don't forget, after this race, we will pause our broadcast for around about 35 minutes while Shannon Knoll performs on course. And we'll be back with the back half of the program. Quite unique for us to have a mid-meeting break. But I tell you what, the big crowd here are looking forward to Shannon Knoll performing live on course at the Gardens. And then races 6, 7, 8, 9 and the big one. Race 10 on the card at 9:50 p.m. The inaugural running of the Ladbrokes 7:15. 3 favourite runners, or the 2 favourite runners, they hold the call here as far as the markets are concerned. Good Job Bob off the inside at $3.20. Lincoln Valley from box 5 at $2.70. And then we go out to Jaeger Bullet at around that $7.50 quote. Greyhounds are about to be boxed. This is race 5. It gets the quaddie underway. Here's Phil Roberts with the call.
Ali Telford, Lenny's Jagger goes in. Stay in box 2. Just about all set. There's the green light. And we're ready to go in the 5th. All set. Racing, Good Job Bob away nicely. Lincoln Valley began fast and Lincoln Valley leads around the first bend. It's matched by Telford. Jaeger Bullet goes back to 3rd. A gap back to Lenny's Jagger, and they are clear of Good Job Bob and Scamster, and well back is Jagora Bale with encouraging off the back, and Lincoln Valley dashed away, led by 4 Jaeger Bullet and Telford, and Lincoln Valley wins again. Lincoln Valley over Jaeger Bullet, Telford. Scamster was 4th. Next in was Good Job Bob, Lenny's Jagger, Jagora Bale and encouraging. Number 5, Lincoln Valley.
And there is the tail of the tape. A 10.95 first split for Lincoln Valley, 22.70. And he absolutely bolt home. Jaeger Bullet gets into 2nd. Telford runs 3rd. And number 9, Scamster, will finish 4th. But again, that scenario, Timmy, where the bend start, the middle box, not a disadvantage if you're a lid pinger like that.
Yeah, well, he didn't really lid ping, Duke. He's very touchy. He got away clean enough for him, but he's just got that high speed when he does hit the ground. And as we alluded to before the race, encouraging underneath him. Jaeger Bullet, as you can see, run a straight line, just gave him a little bit of room, and then when he just charged up, went to the top, into the back straight, it was good night nurse at this point. As we said before the race, he was absolutely absolutely flying. His runs at Casino were just outside the track record, and he's come here tonight, and no surprise to see him run a PB here at the Gardens, because prior to tonight it was 23.08, and yeah, he's certainly even capable of going probably a little quicker than what he has tonight, Duke.
2.25 lengths the winning margin, 2.5 between second and third, 5, 6 and 7. Lincoln Valley wins. Here's Mick Cowley trackside.
Joined by Dave Irwin. Dave, congratulations. A little bit of a bonus on the card.
Yeah, might pay a bit of petrol money, mate.
The idea to bring down was the same, basically a travelling companion?
Yeah, travelling companion, but he can gallop the dog, so he wasn't out of place in a race like that.
Those last couple of runs at Casino, pretty impressive times.
Yeah, he's got a trouble. He just hit and miss at the box race. When he puts it together, he's okay, but a couple of runs ago, he whacked his head pretty bad. You can see the scar on his head. And he probably had a couple of runs where he was probably still a bit frightened of the lids, but the last couple he started to come out all right.
How do you overcome that? Is it just a practice thing?
Yeah, well, with him, he's always a bit up and down. Like, he's a pretty highly strung dog, very highly strung, not pretty, and a bit of travelling, a lot of carting around, a little bit of box work, but a little bit of box work sometimes is worse than anything. So it's just got to go by, what you do and just how he responds.
Any thoughts looking forward for it?
No, well, we've got to try and get him to run a bit further. We won't get him to run any further unless he settles down a bit. So it looks like more travelling in the car and just see if he responds to the treatment.
Lucky you got plenty of petrol money now.
Well, we've got a little bit anyway. So, but the road petrol getting it's not enough, really, is it?
Hey, hopefully you'll have a bit more money later tonight.
Oh well, we can only dream.
Thanks, Dave.
Thanks, mate.
Davey Irwin there. He'll make the trek back to Warragai Creek, just the other side of Grafton. But before that, he's got a very important engagement in race 10 where he will rug up Range, who was the fastest qualifier for the 7:15 series. There is Lincoln Valley, who takes out race number 5 on the card. And $3,000 worth of petrol money. Well, just about fill a tank up now, wouldn't it?
What about Dave worrying about the petrol money? He's got very, very deep pockets. There's plenty there. And he's snippable after taking out that one. Could be even more snippable 10 o'clock later on.
Exactly. Don't worry about buying petrol. We'll be buying the petrol station. Valley wins race number 5, the top grade sprint 400 metres from Jaeger Bullet, Telford, and number 9 Scamster finishes in 4th spot. So 5, 6, 7 and 9 the numbers to race number 9 on the card. And as I said, we are going to pause for around about 45 minutes or 40 odd minutes as far as our broadcast is concerned. Timmy Newbold has got his dancing boots on. Before we go to the break, let's take a look at race 6, the market for this event. It's a 1-3 win final over the 5:15 metres. And the red hot favourite here from box number 8, deservedly so, is number 8 Rough Shot at 170, Nengar Pepper at 420, and then Springview Angus and Zipping Ramona $5 and $6. Let's take a quick look at the market for race 10, the 7:15. No real change from earlier in the night, with the exception of Miss Esme in 290 to 280. OO Range solid. Jarrick Bale also solid, and a little bit of money, as we said earlier, $5.50 Sound of Silence. Corborn Magic $12 into $10. And welcome back to Ladbrokes Gardens. Welcome back to our showcase presentation of 7:15 night. Race 6 is next to go. It's due at 8:17. We're probably running about 2 or 3 minutes late for this event. Shannon Knoll has just killed the crowd, but he's killed the crowd in more than one way because he hasn't done his signature song. I think he's going to come back after this race. Favourite off the outside, Timmy. Rough Shot at $1.75. Second pick in the market there, Nenga Pepper, the other greyhound that'll show early pace. It's at $5. Springview Angus, $5.50. $7 Zipping Ramona, and then big odds the remainder of the field.
Yeah, I'd have Rough Shot leading there. Duke Zipping Ramona, first section PB 5.19, where Rough Shot has run 5 dead, in which he did it last week when leading all of the way in flying figures. 29 and 52. He's well drawn out there. So I'd change that speed map around and I'd have Rough Shot leading.
Rough Shot to be handled by April McKay. And I would have had Rough Shot out in front as well, Timmy. I think they were the instructions given yesterday. Rough Shot to be handled by April McKay for trainer Jason McKay, and one, the red, is Zipping Ramona, being handled by Sharon Gray. This is a 1 to 3 wins final. It's worth $5,000 to the winner. Let's go through them runner by runner. Zipping Ramona, it's finished runner-up at its last 2 starts. Last week here behind Rough Shot, running 29.99, beaten 6.5 lengths. Moves from box 3 to box 1.
Yeah, gallant effort behind Rough Shot last week, running that quick time of 29.99, then won at Taree during the week. From the inside alley, she should just park behind the leaders, and she'll keep coming at the end.
Number 2, the Czechs Nenga Pepper for Jeff Kilpatrick, formerly prepared by its breeder Dennis Barnes. Ran third behind Springview Angus last week. Go back 4 starts, 29.93 winner at Dubbo.
Completely bombed the jump last Saturday night, Duke. She's normally a leader, and her run to finish third in the end for a leader was really, really good. She should roll forward. She's got a 29.72 PB. She's a genuine chance.
Springview Angus has won 2 on the bounce at Wentworth Park in 30 and 54, and then 29.90 last week from box 2. We're in a 5.07 first split.
Yeah, tidy effort winning here last week will be improved by the run. That was his first crack around here. He can get into the money.
All right, Belmont Bullet is out. Lily the Saint, last start second here behind Springview Angus, running 30 and 05, currently $34.
Yeah, from box number 5, Duke, she's got her work cut out. She was okay when she finished runner-up behind Springview Angus here last week. But, look, I think I could only play her in the wider multis.
Mean Mel, number 6 for Melanie Mabbott. Coming from the Tamworth Kennels there. It ran third behind Rough Shot, was beaten 10 1/4 lengths. It's won 3 from 16, and it was on debut here last week.
And will be better for that run. That was her first run over the 500 metres around here. Can improve on that 30 and 24. I'd throw her into the wider exotics.
Young Ivan has won 3 from 13, trained by Alan Woods at Nabiac. It ran third behind Springview Angus. It was beaten 7 lengths. Again, a greyhound that's, you know, you look at its Grafton form, it needs to improve on the clock.
Yeah, it looks more like a one-turn greyhound, Duke. For mine, has one at Maitland in handy time and Grafton. Another who will be improved by the 5.15 here last week. Another for the exotics.
And the short price favourite, and deservedly so, number 8, Rough Shot for trainer Jason McKay and Tony Wiseman from Sires on Ice by Zambora Brocky out of Nana's Habit. Jeff Cook's breed there. It's won its last 2 here in 29.52. Best of night run, 25.17 at Maitland, the start prize.
And no fluke, Duke running 29.52. He did win in 29.61 back earlier on in the year. 2 for 2 at the track. Clearly the one to beat. Nicely drawn wide out.
It's had 10 starts, 4 wins, 5 seconds. It's only just back from a 4-month spell. It's been in great form since resuming. This is race number 6 on the card. Second leg of the quaddie. They're being boxed. The favourite, Where's the Pink Rug for Bluebat? He's our caller, Phil Roberts.
Lily the Saint, Young Ivan, Rough Shot and Mean Mel. Tear Up, Nenga Pepper. Just about all set. Green light, ready to go. Favourite drawn the outside, Rough Shot. All set. Racing, Rough Shot away nicely the outside. Looked to crash left. Copped a bit of interference. Lily the Saint, the leader over Nenga Pepper. Springview Angus, Rough Shot has been shunted back to last. Into the back they run. The leader is Lily the Saint. Driving underneath it into second spot, Nenga Pepper, then Springview Angus. They're well clear of Zipping Ramona. Tear Up as well back. Further back then came Mean Mel. Rough Shot well back with Young Ivan. Off the back, the leader, Lily the Saint, has a kick over Springview Angus and Nenga Pepper. Lily the Saint in front. Lily the Saint wins. over Springview Angus. Zipping Ramona got up for third, ahead of Tear Up and Nengar Pepper. Just weakened that last little bit. Further back in the event then came Rough Shot. It was well back, as was Mean Mel, and it was amongst the tail enders.
5, 3, 1 and 9. The numbers 5, 3, 1 and 9 to race number 6 on the card. That was a mix-up affair. Rough Shot. Its chances were dashed just after the start.
Yeah, and he did want to run in, so he really put pay to his own chances. Duke, he had plenty of room to rush down the outside, but wanted to go left shortly after the jump. Had a bumping duel and was out of play from that point on. Lily the Saint just defied all challenges in the latter stages. Did take a stack of benefit out of her run here when she finished runner-up over the 500 metres last week to go one better tonight. And she's been way too good and clearly a PB of 29.81.
Nice first split there of 4.96, 12.41 the run home, a length and 3/4 by a length and a half, 5, 3, 1 and 9. So the reserve throws plenty of value into the first four as well. As PA would say, good luck and a block of units at Bondi as well. So 5, 3, 1 and 9, the numbers to race number 6 for Melanie Mabbott, who does a very, very good job with the team. She's based at Tamworth in the Central West, and Mel certainly prepares a lot of winners. We're going to hear more from her now. She's trackside with Mick Cowley.
Mel, congratulations. That's a fantastic performance.
Yeah, it was. She went really good. Very happy.
She looked like she was using a bit of the track coming around the turn, still getting a bit used to it.
Yeah, she is. She's only had the 2 starts over the 500. She goes a little bit wide, but yeah, she'll get used to it, I think.
You always thought she'd get up to 500 though?
Yeah, I did. We've not long put her up over it, and she seemed to go all right over it. So yeah, we're quite happy with that.
And what about here? She obviously likes it here.
Yeah, she seems to. Yeah, she seems to go really good here. So yeah, I'm happy. Yeah.
What about plans from this? Anything specific, or just take it along as she comes?
Yeah, no, we're just going to take it as it comes. We haven't got anything planned out special for her, but we'll just see what comes along.
Good to win a race on a big night.
Oh, it's bloody marvellous. Yeah, no, it's good. It is good. Yeah.
Congratulations, Mel. Well done.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Mel Mabbott there with Mick Cowley, and number 5, Lily the Saint, gets the cash, owned by Steve Smith. And that makes it win 4 from start 17. Have a look at that. $30 and $2.50. Well done if you found the winner. $1.90 for second, $2.10 for third. The try pays $777.90. We're waiting on that first 4 because if you've got it, good luck to you. It's going to play plenty. The exactor at $164.90.
You might get 2 blocks of flats at Bondi, judging by that taking so long to come through.
Rough Shot from box 8, turn left out of the boxes and collected heavily with Mean Mel, and then at the first turn there, put out a play with Young Ivan, and whilst all that was happening, Lily the Saint was showing pace from Nengar Pepper and Springview Angus, and then it became a bit of a slugfest up here as well, Timmy.
Yeah, she went straight at the front, but then she sort of probably hit a little bit of a flat spot mid-race, but she really knuckled down in the latter stages. As you can see, she raced well off the rails, Duke. She's a centre tracker, so box 5 tonight suited her perfectly, and you can tell by, Melanie's interview there, she got a big thrill out of winning a race on 7:15.
Yeah, it is, and look, it's for an owner, feature nights like this, they don't come around all that often, and it doesn't matter whether you win a smaller race or obviously the big race is the one we all want to win, but to win a race on a feature night like the 7:15 night, it is a huge thrill. Rough result, the first real rough result that we've had of the night.
Yeah, sure is, and if you're still alive in the quaddie, you've got a good dividend coming up without a shadow of a doubt. The favourite would have been in a lot of the quaddies tonight.
Sure is. Okay, let's take a look at the opening market for race number 7 on the card here at Ladbrokes Gardens, and it looks like this. As soon as it comes up, there it is. This is a top grade 600 metre race, and Coast Model and Tiger Jack from Andy Lord and Jodie Lord's kennels. They are the favourites in this event. Coast Model coming off a smart 34.40 win at Dapto. Zipping Alabama at $6. Jabini at $17. Graceland Vale $8.50. Explosive Venom and Battling Mavis at $31. Andrea Daly's got a really strong hand in the 7:15. She's got 2 starters. Handling her dogs tonight, Brad Keel. He caught up with Mick Cowley earlier.
Draco Bale, how's the week been for him since that pretty impressive performance last week?
Yeah, he's just done his normal thing. Travelled really well yesterday, up there. Travelled home well last week. Hasn't missed a beat. First look on the track last week, I thought he was quite impressive. Got a little bit lost on a couple of the corners. Chased out probably because of the hoop arm. We don't race with that in Victoria, so it takes him a little bit to get used to it. Hopefully tonight he can improve a few lengths. He'll have to definitely improve a few lengths. But he's made a few finals before. Just hoping for a bit of luck, and hopefully he can sneak a place. It'd be a fantastic effort if he could.
There's a stack of speed in the race. Where do you think he might end up?
Well, he's got a lot of speed himself. Probably about 3 or 4 starts ago, nearly led a 500 at Sandown. But that was a bit fresher. Last week he pinged out beautiful. It all depends on what other dogs do around him out of the boxes, what sort of run he can get from box 6. Very tricky draw, but he's a front runner. He's not a from behind dog, and you know what you're going to get with him if he's not up vying in the first couple early. You're not going to have much luck if you followed him.
Hey, good luck with Draco Bale tonight.
Thank you.
Brad Keel talking to Mick Cowley, and Draco Bale's made a number of group finals, hasn't been able to crack it for a win. I tell you who has been able to crack it for a win from the Andrea Daly kennel, and that is Gypsy Wyong. She is a 4-time Group 1 winner. She's currently around the $17 or $18 mark, so if you want a class chaser, Gypsy Wyong ticks absolutely every box that you want to tick. And earlier tonight, Mick also spoke to Brad about the chances of Gypsy Wyong in the Ladbrokes 715.
Wyong, pretty impressive last week. Everything fell into place nicely for her, but she got the job done.
Yeah, there was a lot of trouble in that race. She was pressing hard across on that first corner, and dogs went everywhere. And she come out of the trouble sitting in second. Probably a bit like when she won the Association Cup at Wentworth Park a month or so ago. The same thing happened. She just seems to know how to get through it. She puts her head down and pushes through. So with her tonight drawing box 7, she's definitely better drawn off the fence. So once again, you're looking for luck to get onto the fence to try and get a nice little smother back about two or three off the lead, and just hoping you can get brought into it on the fence.
You shouldn't forget, 4 Group 1s. It's pretty impressive. Certainly does stand up in these big races, doesn't she?
Yeah, she just knows what to do, really. And every one of them's probably been won on the same way, right up on the pace, sitting on the fence, just behind the leader, sort of punching through it, getting that split towards the end of the race, and just getting up the rail. That seems to be a racing pattern, and a lot of the time, four times, it's fallen into place for her, really.
Hey, good luck in the race tonight.
Thank you.
Cheers, thank you.
And Brad Keel talking about Gypsy Wyong, and let's say a 4-time winner, enormous odds at $19. The favourite is Miss Esme for the 715. We'll take a short break, come back with lots more after this. Shannon Knoll entertaining the crowd here at Ladbrokes Gardens.
The most exciting racing New South Wales has ever seen. The Greyhound Super Series presents the 715.
Get there? Yes! Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. Your heart is true, you're a pal and a confidant.
With new Mates Mode, you and your friends can chat, share and bet together. Ladbrokes, together.
They are the superstars. The very best of the best. The legends. In the most exciting racing New South Wales has ever seen. The Greyhound Super Series presents the 7:15.
Ladbroke it and multiply the excitement with Ladbrokes Same Race Multi. Pick up to 4 runners and watch your potential payout increase. Ladbroke it with a Same Race Multi.
It's the most exciting racing New South Wales has ever seen. The Greyhound Super Series presents the 7:15.
Third leg of the quaddie here at Ladbrokes Gardens, the GRNSW middle distance event. $10,000 goes to the winner. It's over the 600 metres, and Coast Model makes a debut here. She, of course, ran second in the $1 Million Chase final at Wentworth Park behind She's a Pearl, then stepped back up to the 600 metre mark after winning at Wenty, and ran 34.43 at Dapto at her last start. What's that, about 9 days ago now. She draws box 6, but she is a high rolling on the arm runner, and she's got explosive early pace. The vacant box on her inside is a big plus. So too the fact Sipping Alabama on the outside normally walks out of the box.
And Tiger Jack in box number 4, he's got no early pace at all. So with a clean getaway, she should just carve across and go to the top. New to this track, that is the only query. If you do want to be on the front runner, you need to be backing Coast Model here, Duke. She does look a clear leader. I think Jabini will push forward. I don't think Tiger Jack will be as close as what we have him on that speed map. Explosive Venom, I think, will punch up. I think she might sit right behind Coast Model in the early stages.
She, of course, went around in the Group 3 Brother Fox final. She ran second behind Fantastic Raven in the heat of that race, and she's a greyhound that's had 4 starts here for 2 wins, 2 seconds and a fast 34.36 PB.
And I had a chat to Dan Flanagan, the trainer, just a few moments ago, and he's very, very confident going into this race tonight. He thinks she'll run a huge race. She's run a PB 34.36 around here. He said she's capable of going quicker tonight. She has trialled really well in the last week or so.
All right. So we have a field of 7 runners to do battle in race number 7. As I said, it's over the 600 metres, and won the red is Battling Mavis for Alan Ivers. Out of form in its last couple, go back 3 starts, ran third in slow time behind Lagoon Dark Eyes at Wenty.
Needs to lift on recent form. She has got a good record this track and trip, Duke. She's won 4 out of 8, but she has raced in easier company than what she's facing tonight.
Explosive Venom, as Timmy said, trained by Dan Flanagan, 39 starts, 11 wins, 10 minors at the track, a good record. 2 wins and 2 seconds from 4 starts in that very fast 34.36 PB.
Well drawn in box number 2. She can fire out and settle right on the speed. I think she's the value bet in the race. She's currently around the $8.50 mark. I think she's got a great chance. And as I just said, Dan is pretty confident going into tonight's race.
All right, Graceland Bale from the Mark Delbridge Kennels in Ballying in Victoria came up as a runner in the 7:15 heats last week, beaten just under 6 lengths in that. that, but drops back to the 600 tonight. Go back 2 starts to me at one of Ballarat, running 38.26, beating Golden Quest.
Yeah, she's got a class edge on some of her rivals here. She's a Group 3 winner in Victoria. She was very solid when she finished runner-up in the 7.15 without threatening the winner, Draco Bale, on that occasion, but class will carry her a long way in this one.
All right, I can tell you that Andy and Jodie Lord have had a big opinion of Tiger Jack for quite some time. However, it must be said, he has been disappointing at his last few runs, being honest. Andy does think he's a chance of beating Coast Model tonight if they settle down 1-2 out in front. He finished 7th here behind Gypsy Lion last week, got smashed, forget that run. Prior to that, he'd been over the 700 at Wenty and here at the Gardens. Again, disappointing, but he's a 29.6 winner at Wentworth Park. We know he's got high ability.
Yeah, he's got a big engine. Where will he settle in the early stages? I think he'll be back midfield or a little worse, and he'll be giving away a big start to some very quick greyhounds who can run very quick time on the lure.
All right, 6th the green is Coast Model 4 Premier Trainer Jodie Lord, the second of the runners they have in this, and she's been absolutely outstanding throughout her career. Ran second in that $1 Million Chase final behind the kennel mate She's a Pearl, then won at Wenny in 29.76, ran second behind Zipping Curios, and then stepped up to the 600 metres at Dapto, running 34.43, beating no slouch in Chase Me Honey.
She's an absolute little belter. She'll fire out, she'll charge over, take control, and they've all got to run her down. She's getting out of the market, out to $1.95. The only query with Coast Model, she is debuting at the track, but it is a track that you would think she'd be suited to, Duke.
Yeah, a lot of similarities between here and Dapto, particularly the 600 metre. I can tell you she has not trialled here. As Timmy said, she's on debut. She hasn't seen the track at all, but she is all class. 7 the black is Zipping Alabama for John and Minnie Finn. Ran third in the heat of the 7.15 last week behind OO Range. Go back, Dubbo, what is that? 4 starts back, Timmy. That was in a country classic heat, I think it was. Zipping Curios, or no, it was in the final, sorry. Ran third behind Zipping Curios in the Country Classic final.
And actually beat Zipping Curios in the Gosford heat of the Country Classic. So she's got plenty of ability. She made a black top here at the Gardens last year. She's not too badly drawn wide out. She should get a nice little card across if she follows Coast Model, and she'll sit within striking distance.
Jabini, normally a box 1 bandit, or comes up with the red. I think it's had 15 starts during its career. Jabini starts from box 8 tonight. Look, 2 starts back, a very good winner at Wentworth Park when it ran down Panorama. It was a reduced field, but this is a greyhound that it's had 16 starts here, Timmy, yet to crack it for a win. It's run 10 minors, the best on the clock at 34.31.
He is better drawn nearer to the inside, but he's absolutely flying. He's in arguably career best form, but he is facing a very strong field here.
And, of course, Blake Moroney prepared the first winner tonight in Bang Bang Bye. So he's looking for a double with Jabini tonight, who will start from box number 8. The favourite and the short price favourite is number 6, Coast Model. 45 career starts, 17 wins, 8 minors. And she, as I said, is a class performer. She's raced and beaten the best in sprints. She's a Pearl was just a little bit too good for her in the $1 Million Chase final, but she is a high-speed greyhound in the early stages. Got the vacant box underneath her, and then Tiger Jack, so we expect her to roll to the front.
She's getting out into the market, out to $2.30, and indefinite bet at that price. She's a lead pinger. I think she goes to the top, and then it is game on from that point. As we said, she is making her debut here. That is the only query. She's been flying at Dapto and Wentworth Park in recent times, and she's getting out to a real backable price. Early market, she was under the odds. Now she, I think she's over the odds.
$4 about Explosive Venom, who has been well supported. Likewise, Tiger Jack, $5 into $4.20 as Coast Model gets out to $2.30, a really backable price now. Zipping Alabama also in the market at $6, and then Jabini at $15. Number 1, Battling Mavis, around about the $81 quote. They are being boxed. This is race number 7 on the card, the GRNSW Middle Distance Series event. $10,000 to the winner. Here's Phil Roberts.
All set now for race 7. Ready to go. Racing. Coast Model began beautifully out wide and charges to the lead into the first bend, and they jam up behind it. Explosive Venom in trouble. Into the first bend, and Coast Model dashed away. Jabini goes to second. 15 lengths away then Zipping Alabama, followed by Tiger Jack. Well back was Explosive Venom, as was Graceland Bale, and Battling Mavis back at the tail. Coast Model a big leader down the back, led by 5 in second spot is Jabini. It's starting to close. They're 6 lengths in front of Tiger Jack, and then Zipping Alabama. Coast Model gets a kick on the home bend, still 3 in front. Running home now, Tiger Jack. Tiger Jack goes to Coast Model. Tiger Jack over Coast Model, Jabini, Zipping Alabama, Explosive Venom, Graceland Bale, and Battling Mavis. Tiger Jack.
Huge win, absolutely huge win. He's put it all out there tonight, Tiger Jack. Coast Model got a soft lead. Jabini was on a tail. He spotted her the best part of probably 10 lengths as they went past us, Timmy, and run her down, and has run her down in a time of 34 and 34. So nothing wrong with the time on the clock. As said, Andy and Jody had a massive opinion of him. He had been disappointing. Tonight he's bounced back into brilliant form.
You could tell coming off the top turn that he was the one. She was bowling along in front, but he was putting in the big strides. He was coming home 2 to her 1 in the final 50 metres, and he came away to win by a widening 2 on the line. He was way too strong, all honours. As you can see here, Duke, with a lap to go. Yeah, he would have been probably 10 lengths off her at that point as they go through the catching group. Probably 12. Yeah. Probably 12 at that point. That has been a mammoth win.
He undoubtedly will be stepped up to the 700. As I said, he had no luck in a heat of the 7:15 last week, but look at that acceleration, accelerating through the turns, which is very, very hard for dogs to do. And in the home straight, he's picked up Coast Model. He's gone away and he scored with a clear margin, number 4, and that is Tiger Jack. All right, Ray Dixon is handling the team for Andy and Jody Lord tonight. He's trackside with Mick Cowley.
Ray, congratulations, first and second. Was that the way you thought it might work out?
Oh, well, I thought the 6 would lead and he'd be running home strong, so yeah, it worked out probably how we thought.
Had no luck at all last week in the heats of 7:15, did he?
No, that's right. He was going to go to the front last week and it got taken out, so yeah.
It's certainly is big raps on the dog as a future stayer. Is that the way the kennel feels?
Yeah, I think so. He's only young, so he's got a lot to learn, but he's going good. So.
Did you give him much chance when he was about 10 or 12 behind with a lap to go?
I seen him when I seen where he was. She was going good up front, but yeah, and all of a sudden when he come past the 600s, he was there. I thought he's a chance now.
Mate, congratulations, great night. Good luck in the last.
Thanks, mate.
Ray Dixon there speaking with Mick Cowley, and here's the start, and Coast Model, as we expected, comes out. He was back to last, checking off heels there, gets to the outside, cops another little bump from Zipping Alabama. And as I said to me, he's 10 or 12 off Coast Model, who is absolutely highballing out in front.
Yeah, we saw the real Tiger Jack tonight. As you mentioned, he had been disappointing, definitely disappointing, because when he got up to the 700 metres, he had big raps. But tonight he really put up, and that was very quick time coming from a long way off the lead. And no doubt Andy and Jody will target feature races around the country over the staying journey throughout the year.
Again, you don't see it very often. So thankfully with the ISOLinks technology that we have, the greyhounds in the rugs that they wear, there's a little chip in there, so we're able to gather the times that they run. Have a look at Tiger Jack in the home straight, nearly 61 kilometres at the end of a 700-metre race.
Yeah, that's phenomenal when you're getting up to those speeds, as you said, at the end of a 600-metre race, not at the end of a 350 or 400-metre race at 600, and you just see him putting those big strides. He was powering home. He's beautiful looking, isn't he?
By Fernando Bale out of Luck, makes him a brother to the very smart Doonan, and also chasers like Silver Luck and Lady Stomp, who had no luck at Wentworth Park on Wednesday night. Tiger Jack pays $4.30 and $2.30, $1.70 for the Jody Lord Quinella kennel there with Coast Model. No third for Jabini. The first 4 with 7. Zipping Alabama pays $354.70. So that is the middle distance race here worth $10,000. The Lords clean up. They ran 1-2 in the $1 million chase. They run 1-2 there. Let's take a look at the market for race number 8 on the program. The Harry Garside Chasing Greatness Stake, 715 metres. Each and every one of these runners went around in a heat of the 7:15 last week, Timmy. And the favourite, as expected, Cool Burbsky at $2.60. Punters have again stepped in and back Zipping Kansas. His second pick at $3.24 about Kalinda Lady.
Cool Burbsky, she was terrific in her heat of the 7.15. She got cut out in the early stages. She was back to last to finish third in the end. Her run was a ripper. Zipping Kansas, well, he is the bookies' pin-up. At the moment, Zipping Kansas, he goes around at a skinny quote in most runs, and he found trouble in the early stages last week, so you could make excuses, but on face value, in the end, he was pretty disappointing.
And so too did Cool Burbsky, who is the 715-metre track record holder here at the Gardens. Cool Burbsky holds that record at 41.40. She copped a bad bump just after the start last week. She's well drawn tonight. Slow beginners inside and outside of her. Range is prepared by Dave Irwin, who's already had a winner here at Ladbrokes Gardens tonight in the shape of Lincoln Valley. And earlier tonight, he caught up with Mick Cowley to discuss the chances of his star stayer.
Joined by Dave Irwin with Range. How's the week been? No dramas?
No dramas. No, everything's been good.
There's so many stories with this dog. The owner, he bred the litter, or he reared the litter, so he got the pick of the litter. You're taking over from Ned to train it. It's a real amazing story, isn't it?
It's a good story. Ned Snow's been in the game for a long time, and so Ned owns a bitch. He bred the litter, and then needed somewhere to rear them because Ned's only on a small acreage in Brisbane. So Glenn started to rear them, and for the rearing he had to pick a two in the litter.
What's he got to do tonight? He's got to repeat last week, essentially.
He's got to repeat last week and probably a little bit better because you got, even though they were good quality of dog in the heats, but you've got the 8 winners or the 6 winners are too fast a second, so you can't afford to do anything wrong.
The one you've got to beat.
Well, the one's in the lead, so and this is a leader's track, so it's always the one to beat. The trouble is you're going to afford probably 4 or 5 dogs together at the first turn. And then, they're going to race pretty tight, probably to the winning post the first time. So it really depends who gets through that scrimmage, or if there's no scrimmage, but who gets through that first 300 yards the best.
Good luck in the race tonight. Hopefully we'll be chatting after the race.
Thanks very much. I'd like to.
Davey Irwin, one of the best conditioners that we've seen for a long while. Range currently at $4.40. Again, a young progressive stayer. Go back 4 starts, he won at Wentworth Park running 42.5 and then come out last week. He ran 41.42, and I guess that is the tail of the tape because the next quickest was Miss Esme at 41.73 to me, 4.5 lengths slower.
Yeah, he was a different greyhound when he found the lure last week, just rolling along, bowling along, and he really blew his rolls away running that time. I was shocked when I did see the time when it flashed up. He's the second youngest greyhound of the race. He's got a huge future ahead of him, and he's in astute hands with Dave, as you've mentioned.
There's Dave Aldred, who is our head of infrastructure and tracks at Greyhound Racing New South Wales, and Ryan Nager, our partnership manager, handing the spoils to Ray Dixon there with Tiger Jack, who takes out race 7 on the card, the GRNSW middle distance series. Can't Ryan Nager, can't he get a gig? Seriously.
Can't he find a camera?
Find a camera? Relationships manager.
He goes looking for the camera, don't you worry about that.
I tell you what, I think he's very keen on our jobs too, by the way.
Yeah, he can't get on air quick enough.
No.
Don't worry, he's always putting his hand up.
All right. Let's talk about someone who does want to present and someone who is presenting himself well in the boxing ring, and that is Harry Garside. This is race 8, the Harry Garside Chasing Greatness over the 7.15 metres, and Cool Burbsky. As said, the track record holder here over this distance at 41.40. No luck whatsoever in a heat of the 7.15 last week. I thought she was perfectly drawn tonight with slow beginners, Sipping Kansas and Virginia drawn either side of her. Not a real stack of pace in here, Timmy. Maybe Kalinda Lady pushes up, Overflow Lisa. But again, when you look about it, it's a race that she can probably find the front.
Yeah, Zipping Kansas, Cool Burbsky, I think both will come across, and she can get the fly at the first turn the way they've drawn. Kalinda Lady was really good here on debut on the track last week. Nimble Lulu, she'll show a bit of pace from box number 2. She'll be pushing up in the early stages.
All right, as I said, this is the Harry Garside Chasing Greatness stake. Earlier this week, I was lucky enough to spend some time with, I've got to tell you, terrific young fella, very driven about what he does as being a boxer is concerned. But we're up at Sonia and Gary Green's place, and Harry's job was to pick out a greyhound. Kevin Gordon kindly donated a pup, and Harry and his partner are going to race it. All the money goes to the GAP program, and I can tell you that little fawn bitch there that Harry's got his hands all over, that is Princess Alice, as Harry has called her, and that is the one that Harry picked, and he's very excited. He's joined the team at Greyhound Racing New South Wales, and also with Greyhounders Pets program as one of our ambassadors. He, of course, won a bronze medal in the 2020 Olympic Games. He's had 3 professional fights so far for 3 victories. He's got boxer's knuckle at the moment, Timmy. If you have a look at Harry's knuckle, there's this big scab right on one of the knuckles there. It looks terrible, but Harry assures me it's getting better. He's rubbing cream. Oh, there you go. You can see the tape on it there. But his next fight, probably in around 6 weeks' time. They're still working out where it'll be, but a boxer with enormous potential. But not only that, as I say, mate, just a lovely guy who really does love greyhounds.
And skin in the game now with a greyhound. Great to see any prize money that is won going to the GAP program, and you could see just in that vision there how excited he was and how great it was to be with those pups. And isn't she a beautiful looking fawn bitch?
By Fernando Bale out of Lochinvar Chic, well related. Kevin Gordon's breed, of course, but we literally had to drag Harry out of the yard with the pups. He was having that good a time. All right, we're coming back with the Harry Garside Chasing Greatness race. It's race 8 on the card here at Ladbrokes Gardens right after this short break.
It's the most exciting racing New South Wales has ever seen. The Greyhound Super Series presents the 7:15.
I Am Eloquent and Parody coming
Get there.
but they won't get it.
Yes.
Sovereign Award 1 from I Am Eloquent.
Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. Your heart is true, you're a pal and a confidant. I'm not ashamed to say, I hope it always will stay this way. My hat is off, won't you stand up and take a bow? Thank you for being a friend. Thank you for being a friend. Thank you for being a friend. Thank you for being a friend.
With new Mates Mode, you and your friends can chat, share and bet together. Ladbroke it together.
It's the most exciting racing New South Wales has ever seen. The Greyhound Super Series presents the 7:15.
Okay, race 8 on the card here at the Gardens is the Harry Garside Chasing Greatness Stake. It's over the 715 metres. As I said earlier, each and every one of these runners went around in a heat of the 7:15 last week, and the favourite is Cool Burbsky at $2.70 in front of Zipping Kansas at $3.10. Cool Burbsky's had 6 starts here for 4 wins and 2 minors. It ran third in its heat last week after striking plenty of trouble. Zipping Kansas, look, we all know what sort of a motor this dog has got. He did cop a bump in the run to the first turn last week from tenure keeping, but he then got into third spot. He got clear air and he eventually finished third behind Draco Bale, beaten 6 lengths at the end.
He was disappointing, Duke. He did cop a bump, but he could have let go like we know he's capable of doing mid-race, and he just didn't really pick up the ground. Look, he could begin cleanly tonight, go straight to the top, and if he did, he'd give the track record a nudge.
Without a doubt.
He's that faster greyhound, but he's become a costly conveyance and a real bookies dog since he ran that 41.50 odd on debut over the 700 metres at Whitworth Park. I'm sure Jason Magri is pulling his hair out with Zipping Kansas because he knows how much ability he has got, but he's got to put it all together in a race.
And again, we talk about, you know, box manners and that. It doesn't matter. I've said this a number of times, 3, 4, 5, 6, 700 metre race. When you're racing elite greyhounds, you can't afford to make mistakes. And his box manners are his biggest nemesis. We all know what he can run with clear air, but when you're racing the best dogs, you don't get clear air all the time.
And he's the best part of his race, Duke, is in the early and mid section of the 700 metres. He's not a greyhound who would drop out the back and run home over the 700 metres. He's a high-speed front-running stayer. So when you're beginning poorly, you've got to do too much work in the early stages to get to the lead, and a lot of the time you can't get there because you've got 7 greyhounds in front of you.
3 races to go before the big one, the world's richest distance race, the 7:15, and this is race number 8 on the card. Let's go through them runner by runner, Timmy. They're making the way to the 715 metre starting boxes. Ziggy Stardust for Adam Campton. Last start third here behind Corborn Magic in a heat. Ran 41.96. Moves from box 8 to box 1. A run on greyhound.
Yeah, he's a consistent greyhound from the inside alley. He'll be parking midfield. He'll keep coming at the finish. He's in the money, minor money many times, and you've got to throw him into the wider multiples, Duke.
To the checks, Nimble Lulu for Sharon Gray. It finished third behind Miss Esme in the heat last week, going 42.22. 6 starts here for 4 minor places.
Should roll forward in the early stages. She's really, really nice races around here at the track and yet to win, as you just said, 6 runs. She's a last chance for mine.
The White Overflow Lisa is a Victorian chaser trained by Rob Camilleri. 3 starts back, 1 over the 600 metres, finished 4th behind Corborn Magic last week. Only beaten 2.5 lengths, 42 even on the clock. And
will be better by after the experience around here, Duke, with run the 700 metres. She should roll forward as well in the early stages. She could be a big improver here.
Likewise, Kalinga Lady, who finished second behind OO Range when that greyhound set the time standard in the heats, formerly prepared by Jason Thompson, now in the care of Jason Magri for this campaign. Again, go back 3 starts, 41.56 at Sandown Park, and then finished 4th in the Group 1 Sandown Cup final.
Big run here last week on debut at the track. She was checked in the early stages. She was put off stride. She got going again and she finished strongly. She was beaten a long way, but her run was full of merit, and she did start $4.50 in that Sandown Cup final.
5 not happening, the second of the runners for the Rob Camilleri kennel. Finished third in its last 2 starts, both here and at the Gardens. Tough box, tough race.
Did go around at $81 in that heat last Saturday night, and she ran a pretty good race considering the price she went around at. Look, she won't find this any easier. Throw her into the wider multiples.
6th the green, Zipping Kansas, a 15-time winner from 28 starts throughout its career, won the Group 3 Christmas gift at Wentworth Park last December, a match race series going 29.40, then stepped up to the middle and longer distances, the track record at Bulli over the 590 metres, broke the clock at when he first up, then went to Sandown Park, but as we've just said, our opinion and also trainer Jason Magri's opinion, he's been very disappointing since then. Massive
engine. He has trialled the track record over the 600 metres. Here he can run anything on his night. You'll know your chances with Zipping Kansas as box rise. He begins. God only knows what he can run time-wise if he did find the lure.
7 the black, Cool Burbsky. I think she'll beat him out. I think if that's the case, if she settles up near the lead, it'll be extremely hard to hold out. I'll put her on top. Super consistent little bitch. 6 starts here, 4 wins, 2/3. The track record holder at 41.40. Unlucky last week behind Draco Bale.
Desperately unlucky last week. She found trouble in the early stages. Her run to finish 3rd was super. She should roll forward in the early stages. She's a reliable beginner. I've got her on top.
Zipping Virginia wears the pink rug, and it's had 3 starts here for Duck Eggs. 15-time winner, out of the money at its last 5.
Yeah, she's returned to New South Wales in late April, and she has been disappointing. She does need to lift on recent runs.
Cool Burbsky on top of me.
Yeah, I concur. Cool Burbsky on top.
All right, it will wear the black rug of Ned's and the black Cool Burbsky. As I said, a 79 starts, lines up for start number 80 tonight, 19 wins and 25 minor placings. And Cool Burbsky is the previous favourite for race number 8 on the card. About to be, don't forget the big one is race 10, the 7.15 worth $500,000 to the winner. But first things first, the last leg of the quad is about to be decided. Here's Phil Roberts.
Coming up. Virginia in Kansas, Kalinda Lady, Newbold Lulu in box 2. $2.80 in Kansas will win the favourite. Favourite now is Kalinda Lady. Cool Burbsky on the drift. Green lights on. Set to go, race 8. Ready. Racing. Ziggy Stardust missed it. Far out wide. Cool Burbsky going with his Newbold Lulu in the early part. And Zipping Kansas driving through the centre and takes up the running. Back into 4th, Ziggy Stardust. They were followed, not happening over Kalinda Lady, Zipping Virginia. Straight, the leader Zipping Kansas led by 5 lengths. Burbsky 2nd spot. Back into 3rd now. Came Newbold Lulu. Then Ziggy Stardust. A gap Kalinda Lady. Back Zipping Virginia. Lisa happening down the back. Zipping Kansas extends its lead. It leads by 5 lengths. Make it 6. Cool Burbsky, Newbold Lulu. And then Ziggy Stardust and overflow Lisa. But Zipping Kansas back in the winners tonight. Zipping Kansas far too good. Newbold Lulu over follow Lisa or Cool Burbsky, then Ziggy Stardust, well back Zipping Virginia and not happening.
Well, that was the rules. Zipping Kansas tonight. He runs 4.15 and it changed 15.60 the first speed. He drove through a pack in the run to the first turn, got in front. It was simply then look for the bookie, look for the tote window, you're going to elect.
Game, set and match. That was a real Zipping Kansas tonight. And I'm sure Jason Magri and Marty and Fiona Hallinan are thinking what could have been if he had done that in the heat here last Saturday night. But he's back in a big way. We've just seen what he's capable of. 41.50 when he went to the top. That mid-race burn, he really put them away in a couple of strides, and he had it in his keeping a long way from home.
He'll get a lot of confidence out of that. He went between Newbold Lulu and also Cool Burbsky in that run to the first turn. And you know, the drive that he showed tonight, I'm sure Jace would have loved to have seen him show that a couple of other times. But he did that. He got to the front. 41.50. Look, I've got to admit, when I saw him high rolling, he might have gone a little bit quicker, but a win's a win.
He's only a 10th outside the record, but I agree, Duke. When he did go to the front, I thought, oh, this track record could be in danger. He's just outside. But a terrific win, a confidence-boosting win, and there is no doubt Jason will probably eye the Richest in the upcoming Queensland Carnival with some big group races up there over the next 4 to 5 weeks, Duke.
One home of 12.85 for in Kansas, and that is his 16th win from start number 29. And Jason Magri prepares a winner here for Marty and Fiona Hallinan. Zipping Kansas takes out race number 8 on the card. And again, a very dominant one there. And Jason Magri will be back. And here's the full replay. There's Cool Burbsky, but look at the acceleration from Zipping Kansas. Goes between Newbold Lulu and Cool Burbsky and gets up. Look at that isolinks. You can see the kilometres that they're clocking there. 67 kilometres, 67.5, 68, and that just drops off a little bit down to 63s in the straight. He really set the tone out in front. Burbsky couldn't hang on to him. And don't forget, she is the track record here at 41.40. Zipping Kansas, he just accelerates here. Newbold, another good run for that greyhound prepared by Sharon Gray, and Kulburbski a little bit, finishes in 4th spot. So 6, 2, 3 and 7. Jason Magri is trackside now with Mick Cowley.
Jace, congratulations. I guess one word that sums up your feelings is frustration with this dog.
Yeah, it's frustrating, but it's part of the game, and you just got to keep putting them in and hope he gets his confidence back and starts putting it together. And come out good tonight, he drove good, so it's good he didn't get whacked and found the front, so do him the world of good.
Is that the big thing with him? He does get knocked around a bit because of the way he does jump. Get a bit of confidence, these sorts of wins will be great for him.
Yeah, that's the key with me. He's a dog I think he can't get knocked around. He can't stop and start. He's big and dangly, so when he gets whacked, he loses the time and he just can't get going straight away. So but leave him alone, he can stroll along and roll the time at his back.
It's not bad strolling along 41.5, is it?
Yeah, it is. We all know he can go, so it's a luck on the day, that's it.
Are there any thoughts now? Would you go to Brisbane for the carnival?
Yeah, he'll be going to Brisbane no matter what.
It would be nice to be in the last race tonight, but that's racing, isn't it?
That's racing, you can't help it. It's what we call it racing. Things happen in races, you miss out, so that's the name of the game.
Mate, congratulations, well done tonight, and we'll follow him in Brisbane.
All right, thank you.
Okay, Jason Magri speaking with Mick Cowley there, and Zipping Kansas will head north to the Richest at Albion Park. Races coming up there on the card. As Mick said, I'm sure Chase would like to have been in the last race tonight, but it's not to be. Zipping Kansas picks up some consolation money. Winning Harry Garside, chasing greatness stake, and there's Jay going back there with Zipping Kansas, a greyhound, as we said, a massive motor. And Kev Gordon there from Greyhound Racing New South Wales. Harry Garside about to pop in there. And Frank Barrett, our Encores MC, there's Harry Garside. He's now joined the ranks as a greyhound owner. He picked out Princess Alice, who was from Fernando Bale out of Lochinvar Chic, and Harry's now become a greyhound owner as well as an ambassador with Greyhound Racing New South Wales. Let's head to the presentation with Frank Barrett.
He's down and he's also he loves his little dog Alice. We'll hear more about that very shortly. We're also joined by the Greyhound Racing New South Wales board member Kevin Gordon, who's going to have the microphone for a moment.
Yeah, thanks, Frank, and you're doing a great job. I'm not sure if the cheering was for Harry or for Zipping Kansas, but anyway, I'm going to hand over to Harry Garside. It's great to have Harry here. What a champion bloke he is, and loves greyhound racing. Got a pup now, so I'm going to hand over to Harry to do the presentation to Jason Magri.
Hey, massive thank you for having me here tonight. I feel very honoured to have a race named after me, and it's always the best being up in Newcastle. Let's wait for this to go past. It's always the best being up here in Newcastle. I feel like I've been here heaps in the last 2 months. This place is like a second home now. I just want to say a massive congratulations to the winner of the Harry Garside Chasing Greatness. There you go, mate.
I'd like to thank the sponsors, especially Harry, champion bloke. Well done on all your achievements, mate. And the club for putting on the race. Cheers.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, having a big hand for Zipping Kansas and the trainer Jason Magri, who's done a wonderful job. That's a super dog. Hit the real form tonight. And Harry Garside, ladies and gentlemen. His last win was over Leighton McFerrin.
Garside, our latest ambassador from Greyhound Racing New South Wales and Greyhounds as Pets. Zipping Kansas takes out the Harry Garside Chasing Greatness stake. Here is the market for race 9 on the card. Don't forget the big one. Race 10, the 7:15 at 9:50 p.m. The favourite here, Tickle Me Elsie, deservedly so. Off the inside box at 180. Highly dangerous for Cheryl Murray at 370. And then Context for Jason McKay, $4.40. $10 about Duclos Diesel. $21 for Marshall's Mate. And $101 Harper's Boy and Miss Tallerwood. As said, it's a massive night here at Ladbrokes Gardens. The track is absolutely pumping. Got a huge crowd. And I'm so happy to say I would normally introduce this man as the Chief Operations Officer of Greyhound Racing New South Wales, but as of yesterday, Wayne Billett is now the Deputy CEO of Greyhound Racing New South Wales. Congratulations, mate. A job well deserved, and I know that you're going to continue to do the great job that you've done for the greyhound industry for many, many years.
Yeah, thanks, Mark. It's a privilege to hold a position like that in our industry. Something that has come about through some changes internally, and for me, it's a real privilege. I've been lucky. I've been supported by a really good team, to be fair, which has been great. And so we'll take the opportunity with open arms and give it a shot and see what happens.
And of course, Tony Mestrov, our current CEO, departs Greyhound Racing New South Wales in the next few weeks to take up the head role at Manly in the NRL, and a recruitment process is underway for Tony's gig.
Yeah, correct, Mark.
And that we expect that to take quite some time.
Yeah, I'm thinking about 8 to 10 weeks roughly by the time they go through the process, and then obviously the successful candidate, if they're already in a role somewhere, they need to give due notice. So yeah, about 8 to 10 weeks.
Now, your role as Deputy CEO basically gives you the run of the industry now, and that's what the board wanted. They wanted to maintain that momentum, and obviously with your experience in the industry, it's seamless, the transition that you now take over the operations, which you were before, but the other parts of the business as well. And as Wayne said, we've got a great team there at GRNSW.
Yeah, that's right. I think that's one of the key things, is just to continue to steer the ship in the right direction. I think that's really important with any change of that. Obviously, Tony's been absolutely brilliant for our industry, and it's well documented. But it's important that things keep moving on and in the right direction. So that's a part of where we're heading and what we'll do. And so when whoever comes in, it'll be their turn to steer the ship, and we'll obviously ably support them.
It was a poison chalice, the gig, 5 years ago or whatever, when Tony came in. It's now probably one of the most coveted sports administrator roles in Australia.
It is, Mark, and that's full credit to Tony as well, because he, at the end of the day, he come in with a very open mind with the challenges of the industry. He's made some tough decisions, etc., which he had to do, which industry needed at different times. But the fruits of his labour are now, and I think that he, to be fair to him, he probably doesn't understand what he's done until sometimes you leave somewhere and then you can look back and say, wow, because you know what, it is wow. If you see where our industry is, the racing and our rehoming and all the things that we do, he's been led by him, and it's been a great achievement right across our industry, to be fair.
Again, Wayne, the amount of conversations you and I have had just the last 5 years, let alone the last 20 years, you think of where we were 5 or 6 years ago. We were on our knees. We were facing a ban by the coalition government at the time. As you said, the industry needed reform. It's had reform. We've invested heavily in welfare, and particularly in our rehoming and our Greyhounds as Pets program.
Yeah, we have, and you're right. And the participants have been on the journey too, Mark. At the end of the day, we can't do it without their support. So that they've taken a huge step forward as well, and now they're reaping the rewards as well, which is excellent.
I know you're a racing man at heart. We go back to your days at Dapto. You used to wear the top hat and tails for the Dapto 100,000.
Thanks for bringing that up.
Still got footage of that. We might just roll it now if we could.
Yeah, thanks.
Hey, listen, we talk about the $1 million chase, $1 million to the winner. The Country Classic, $125,000 to the winner. The world's richest distance race tonight, the 7:15. $500,000 to the winner. And of course, we've got the semi-finals of the Thunderbolt, the world's richest short course race at Grafton tomorrow, the final next Sunday. You and I will both be trackside. Look, I have to pinch myself because I can't believe that we're in the situation that we're in.
Oh, I think you're right, Mark. I think pinch yourself's right, and obviously, even just with recent announcement like the Southern Stars down in that Temora, Wagga, Goulburn region. So we're looking to continue that sort of series and etc. to really support our industry from a regional, not only regional perspective, but it's what we're doing is working. So you can't fall asleep at the wheel. So we continue to keep trying to do these sorts of initiatives, and at the end of the day, if we can do that, well, we'll be all better off.
And not only that, we've still got another $1 million chase to come in September at Wentworth Park. Another $1 million winner will be crowned.
Yeah, correct. It's come around awfully quick, to be honest. It won't be long. Obviously we've got the feature event, and then some, the Vic Peters and Peter Mossman and the Nationals and all that. So before you know it, it will be here.
Okay, now I mentioned that you are the Deputy CEO. You're basically running our business with all the other, heads of business that we have, and that is it. The status quo remains. We just continue on the journey that we're on at the moment.
Yeah, but what's the old saying? If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yep.
That's my motto. So nothing changes. We just continue to do what we do, and I don't think if we can do that, well, we'll do well.
And again, we speak about welfare, we speak about integrity. It's been paramount for us for the last 5 years since we basically got the reprieve and we changed legislation. Tell us about some of the things that we've done in that field as far as rehoming and some of the properties that we've bought, looking to make sure that greyhounds, after their racing career is finished, that they've got somewhere to go.
Yeah, I think we've had to start from scratch in some ways with our rehoming. I mean, we always had the greyhounds as pets before, but it was in a very different form. So we've had to re-establish the brand and the greyhound itself as well. And I think that but to do that, you need to have a good base. And that's one thing that we didn't. We always owned the property at YE, but we actually needed to do other things in that space. So we've bought, as you know, we've bought 2 properties at Londonderry, which we've just been developing into the facility out there, which has come along nicely. We've got the DA in for Bylong Park in the Upper Hunter here. So that once we get all the pieces of the puzzle together, it's really exciting. I mean, the Gap team do a great job. I mean, the amount of dogs that we do and all the different pathways. I think what's unique, what's really transformed over the last few years is all the pathways that we have. We do the positive program through the prisons. We have the regional coordinators. We have the foster carers. There's a whole the homing incentive schemes where we de-sex them and provide all that sort of support. So there's about 6 or 7 pathways. It's not narrow, do you know what I mean? So it's something for everyone. So the team have worked really hard on that and really starting to enjoy the fruits of their labour now.
Yeah, and of course they are one of the most in-demand companion animals as far as adoption is concerned.
They are, Mark. It's unbelievable. I mean, I was in Newcastle overnight and I stayed this morning, so I went on my walk early this morning. And just even in Newcastle, just people with their greyhound. I mean, people walking dogs everywhere, but the number of greyhounds for people like me and for you and Tim and others who sort of grew up with, you'd think you'd never see that. Honestly, it's nothing you'd ever see, but to see them all over the place, it's fantastic because they are. And I can speak from experience, they are the best pets.
They sure are. Again, mate, well done. Congratulations. I'm so rapt for you to officially get the role as Deputy CEO of Greyhound Racing New South Wales. I can't let you go without a tip. We've got a big one. It's race 10 on the card, the 7:15, 500,000 to the winner.
Well, every time I tip on this or something else, I just bury them.
You do. You are the mob. So I can tell you, there are 8 trainers at there at the moment. Just going, please don't say my dog. Please don't say my dog, Wayne.
You're right. So I'm going to pick the one.
Miss Esme.
I am.
Oh, Timmy Newbold will be happy you said that.
Yeah, because he probably tipped it.
Yeah, he has. Yeah.
So I've crewed him, Miss Esme, and
Jack
Ray
and Marie. Yeah, Marie's had a filthy day already, and you've just made it worse.
Yeah, so anyway, that's okay. But you know what? I'm due to pick one at some point, and maybe tonight's just the night.
Due, you 0 and 27 with
That's
me.
what I'm saying. I'm due, mate. I'm due.
Mate, well done.
Thank
Stay
you.
there.
Yep.
Greyhounds are on the track. Best of luck, mate. Best of luck in the new gig and with Greyhound Racing New South Wales moving forward.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate the opportunity to have a conversation with you.
Good on you. Wayne Billett, the new Deputy CEO of Greyhound Racing New South Wales. Greyhounds making their way onto the track for race number 9, and the favourite is number 1, Tickle Me Elsie for Sharon Gray, and a short price favourite. And Timmy, deservedly so, because her last run at Wentworth Park, she ran second there behind Guelph, I think it was, and it was full of merit. And Tickle Me Elsie clocked 29.93. That was after winning at the Gardens here in 29.78, 29.52, and at Grafton in 25.66.
Great record track and trip, 29.52 PB. Quite interesting that she hasn't had box 1, 2 or 3 yet in her career. She's drawn box number 1. She's only a 25-odd kilo little girl, so I think she's probably drawn better a little wider out in my opinion, but she is drawn to park behind the leaders and she'll be strong to the line.
To the checks is Context for Jason McKay, and Context has been unplaced at its last 3 starts. Go back 4 starts at Wentworth Park. It led virtually all the way, beating a Smart Chaser in Lightning Ethics, running 30 and 20.
My best bet on the program, Context, had no luck in his past couple of runs here. He was charging toward the lead. He's found trouble from a wide alley. He's perfectly drawn in box 2. I think he'll beat Tickle Me Elsie to the rail through the first turn. On the lure, I'd be surprised surprised if he didn't run around the 29.5, 29.6. Go back 5 or 6 runs ago when he won at Casino in 27.53, which was a flying run. That was the quickest run of the night on that occasion, or the day, and they did run MDC heats on that day. He's got plenty of ability. He's got his alley. I'm really keen on him.
And the other one in contention is number 7, Highly Dangerous, and Highly Dangerous prepared by Cheryl Murray. It ran third here behind Tour General last Saturday night, beaten 9 lengths.
Great record. Track and Trip has been in the money in 13 of 20, racing ultra consistently. He is knocking on the door, not too badly drawn wider out. He should roll forward and settle in the first 2 or 3.
That is Tickle Me Elsie on screen there with trainer Sharon Gray, and I am in the corner of Tickle Me Elsie. As I said, I thought of the last run at Wentworth Park, beaten 2 lengths by a really smart chaser, and Guelph was top class. Put the run on the board here at Wentworth Park, going at the Gardens, I should say, running 29 and 52. And I've got Tickle Me Elsie on top, but you're with Context.
And really keen on Context. As I said, he's had no luck at all in his past couple of runs trying to get to the lead from a wide alley. He's been charging over. He's found trouble each time. He's well drawn in box number 2. I think he can beat Tickle Me Elsie out, find the lure, and he'll be hard to run down.
All right, and the other one, as I said, in contention is number 7, and that is Highly Dangerous. It's been placed at his last 3 starts here at the Gardens, a best time on the clock of 29 and 77. This is race 9, which means the race following this, the last on the card, the richest distance race in the world, the Ladbrokes 715, worth $500,000 to the winner. 9:50 p.m. is the start time, and it promises to be a cracker as the Greyhounds are about to make their way behind the 515-metre starting boxes here. There's April McKay with Context, currently at $2.90. It is second favourite behind Tickle Me Elsie. And the other runner under double figure odds with some support is number 7, Highly Dangerous. Harper's Boy at $71. And then we go out to Miss Tallerwood. It's a $101 shot. 6th the green is Duclos Diesel. It's got a little tiny smidgen of support at $8.50. Highly Dangerous, well in the market at $5.50. And the last of the runners is number 8, Marshall's Mate for Dennis Berwick. It's a $34 chance. Battlers with the checks, Context. I'm with the red, Tickle Me Elsie. Let's head upstairs. Here's Phil Roberts.
Inside runner is Tickle Me Elsie. Elsie Bay in 3, Miss Tallerwood, Highly Dangerous, and Marshall's Mate. Duclos Diesel, Harper's Boy, and Context box 2. Favourite Tickle Me Elsie, good support for Context, drawn alongside it to defeat it. Green lights on, set to jump race 9. All set. Racing, Tickle Me Elsie away nicely, as was Elsie Bay, and Context in the centre. Tickle Me Elsie drives through, trying to hold the lead. Wider was Highly Dangerous going up, as going to the front as Context into the back straight. So Contact's led. Tickle Me Elsie 3 lengths away in second spot. Highly Dangerous, Duclos Diesel next. Harper's Boy, Elsie Bay, Miss Tallerwood. Back at the tailors, Marshall's Mate off the back. Context in front. 2 lengths away, Tickle Me Elsie. They're clear of Duclos Diesel. Context in front. Tickle Me Elsie drives up on the inside. Won't get there. Context over Tickle Me Elsie, Duclos Diesel, Highly Dangerous, and then Miss Tallerwood, Elsie Bay, and Marshall's Mate.
Hot run, 29.6 and change. Context gets the cash, holds off Tickle Me Elsie. And they had a great 2-dog war. They set the pace in the run to the first turn, and they basically had the race between them from there on in.
Sure did. He was able to get across, and there was a little bit of jostling. He chopped over at the first turn. He got a break on Tickle Me Elsie. She probably had a chance to run him down, but when you're running 29.60 in front, awfully hard to run down the leader. He knuckled down in the latter stages, Context. As we said prior to the race, he'd been desperately unlucky in his past couple of runs around here from a wide alley. He'd drawn the inside box 2, which was a big positive tonight, and he has put the runs on the board. I dare say Jason will probably head back to town in the next couple of weeks with him, because that was one tidy performance, Mark.
5:01 the first split, 12:16 the run home, 29.62 overall. He's April McKay with Mick Cowley.
It's a handy win.
It's a good win, actually. Came out good and got through that first corner good, but I weren't sure when the red was on my bum, but no, he kicked and did a good job.
You guys have only had this dog for a short time. I think you said one run last week.
Yeah, he's a funny type of dog, this one. He's good in trials, but we haven't really fully worked him out yet. But no, he seems to be a real nice dog at the moment.
Any plans looking ahead, or just take it as it comes at the moment?
Nah, just take it as it comes and just have a go wherever we can.
Is it nice to win a race on this night at your home track?
Oh, for sure it is. The atmosphere here and what everyone's doing is sensational.
Congratulations, and hopefully we'll see you again soon for a 7:15 perhaps.
For sure, thank you.
Thanks, April.
The delightful April McKay there makes Mick Cowley look good, doesn't she? Seriously, eh? There is Tickle Me Aussie on the inside, beginning well, but context showed great burn. They've had a little bit of a bump there. She clipped his the hind legs, checked off him. He's got that little bit of a break there, and that proved decisive.
Yeah, I don't think she's comfortable drawing the inside mark. I think she's better drawn in the middle of the track, and she did check off him at the first turn. Coming to the home turn, I thought, oh, this is going to be very, very close, but he was actually holding her on the last sort of 40 or 50 metres, and he was just a little too good, putting that time on board. He wasn't the best to begin, but as you just said, that great burn when he hit the ground and he charged into that first quarter.
I think you can follow both of those dogs when they come to Wentworth Park for grade 5s. They've both got plenty of ability. They've both run time tonight. He's run 62, she's run 66. You win races off that at Wentworth Park for sure.
Absolutely, and she's in the stewed hands with Sharon Gray. Sharon does a tremendous job with her greyhounds, and yeah, there's no doubt we'll be heading back to Wentworth Park to chase the bigger money in the next few weeks. Tickle Me Elsie, she'll win a number of races at headquarters.
They were the only two punters really wanted, 260 and 120 the winner, 120 second, 190 for third, 4 runs fourth. The first 4 there pays 165.50. The trifecta popular at $21.90. Timmy, you know what time it is? It's 9:25. That means we are 25 minutes away from start time from the inaugural running of the world's richest distance race, the Ladbrokes 7:15. An amazing $500,000 going to the winner. Let's check the market for that event. Miss Esme firms even more, now 260. They did bet 320 earlier in the week. OO Range solid at 440. Jarek Bale gets out of touch to $6. $11 about Line of Quality. Sound of Silence been money for this greyhound. They did bet around the $8 or $9 mark into $5.50. Draco Bale at $51. The 4-time Group 1 winner, Gypsy Wyong, at $19. Corborn Magic, give it strength. A little bit of money, $12 into $10 after they bet $15 earlier this week. I just spoke to Marie Smith and she said it's been a horror day, but she can forget all about it if Miss Esme wins the 7:15.
And the punters believe she will win because she has been very, very heavily tried in the last couple of hours. She's perfectly drawn in box number 1. Gypsy Wyong is a huge surprise. As
got to save on it. Like
$19 as well and truly over the odds.
You have to save on Gypsy Wyong.
And as you mentioned, good money for Sound of Silence. He hovered around the $8 or $9 mark all the way through the week, and he's trimmed down to $5.50 today.
The Lord Kennel are looking for the Triple Crown. They've won the Golden Easter Egg and $1 Million Chase with She's a Pearl. They have Corborn Magic, the youngest runner in the 7:15. Ray Dixon caught up with Mick Cowley.
Ray Dixon, Corborn Magic, how's the week been for?
Yeah, he's been good. Yeah, we don't change much. He does go through his normal routine, so able to see what happens.
Pretty impressive performance last week, but then you go back to the one before that. Yeah, it wasn't that far off the track record here.
Yeah, the first run here was real good. The run last week was real good too because he hit the running rail. So, to run Sound of Silence down was a very big effort. Yeah.
I know where you'd hope he'd be, but where do you think he's going to be?
Yeah, that's a hard question. I'd hope he'd be pushing up early, probably 4th or 5th early, and we'll just see where we go from there.
I guess he showed last week that he can run down dogs as well, so you don't need to be highballing in front.
No, he's very, very strong. He's only a young dog, and he's only going to get better. So We'll just see what happens.
Good luck tonight. Hopefully you get to collect the big check this time.
We'll see what happens. No worries.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Ray Dixon there, one of the kennel staff with Jody and Andy Lord, does a great job along with Paul Mills, and we saw Millsy, of course, during the Golden Easter Egg, $1 million chase.
Multimedia megastar.
I think that's why Andy may have kept him at home.
Yeah. I think you might be right.
The kennel have got a huge opinion of Corborn Magic. Andy told me after it won its maiden, beating Tiger Jack, who won tonight, back at Goulburn in December. He said, wait till you see this dog over a distance. Well, he's the youngest dog in the field. He ran 2 or 3 100s outside the track record here, 2 starts back, and then put up a top performance to win his heat last week. We are around about 27 minutes away from the 7:15 here at Ladbrokes Gardens. As I said, amazing money. $500,000 to the winner. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we will dissect this race inside and out. The inaugural running, the Ladbrokes 7:15.
It's the most exciting racing New South Wales has ever seen. The Greyhound Super Series presents the 7:15.
I Am Eloquent and Parody coming
Get
out,
there.
but they won't get it.
Yes!
Sovereign Award 1 from I Am Eloquent.
Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. Your heart is true, you're a pal and a confidant. I'm not ashamed to say, I hope it always will stay this way. My hat is off, won't you stand up and take a bow? Thank you for being a friend. Thank you for being a friend. Thank you for being a friend. Thank you for being a friend.
With new Mates Mode, you and your friends can chat, share and bet together. Ladbroke it together. Ladbroke it and multiply the excitement with Ladbroke's same race multi. Pick up to 4 runners and watch your potential payout increase. Ladbroke it with a same race multi.
Thank you for being
Getting weary, I Am Eloquent and Parody coming
Get
out,
there.
but they won't get it.
Yes!
Sovereign Award 1 from I Am Eloquent.
Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. Your heart is true, you're a pal and a confidant. I'm not ashamed to say, I hope it always will stay this way. My hat is off, won't you stand up and take a bow? Thank you for being a friend. Thank you for being a friend. Thank you for being a friend.
With new Mates Mode, you and your friends can chat, share and bet together. Ladbroke it together. Ladbroke.
it's time for the big one, leading up to the Ladbrokes 7:15 final, the richest staying greyhound race in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, would you please be upstanding for the national anthem, tonight to be performed by David and Lynn Hines from the Bounty Hunter duo.
Thank you. Ready? Yeah. Australians, all let us rejoice, for we are one and free. Soil and wealth for toil, our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts, our beauty rich and rare. In history's page let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Come on, Ladbrokes, go! Good job by him tonight doing our national anthem. Now we've had Shannon Noel, we've had Harry Garside. Now it's time to see the real stars of tonight, the Ladbrokes 7:15 final, the richest race in the world for greyhounds over the distance, and tonight somebody walks away with $500,000. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, get ready. We're not too far away from the big one here tonight at Ladbrokes, the Gardens here in Newcastle.
Okay, that was Frank Barrett there handling our on-track presentations, the national anthem. We are less than 25 minutes away, or less than 20 minutes away now from the big one, the 7:15, sponsored by Ladbrokes here at Ladbrokes Gardens and Miss Esme. The money continues to roll in, Timmy. $2.60, $4.40 for range, $5.50 Sound of Silence, $6 Jarek Bale. With the exception of Miss Esme, the rest of the field have been pretty much those sort of odds that we see on screen at the moment.
Yeah, pretty much all the way through. Cornwall Magic has trimmed down, did get out to $12 earlier tonight, back down to $10. Gypsy Wong has been a big drifter in the last 24 hours. Money for Sound of Silence, as we've mentioned a couple of times. Ken Frank and Tracy Hurst take out the world's richest staying race after winning the world's richest sprint race with Good Odds Harada. Line of Quality, the local Hope at $11. Jarek Bale, he's just a grand campaigner, isn't he? Duke for Mark Delbridge, currently $6. And there's Frank Hurst and Sound of Silence, isn't he? One of the most versatile greyhounds in New South Wales. He can run time over the sprint and can run time over the longer journey as well.
And that is range there. Just relieving himself before he does his business out on the track. Let's hope he does the real business on the track. range for Dave Irwin, who's won a race here tonight at Ladbrokes Gardens with Lincoln Valley, but this is the one he's really travelled for. range will start from box 2 after setting the time standard in the heats of the 7:15 last week, running 41:42. So we're only around about 15 minutes away from the world's richest distance race, the Ladbrokes 7:15. Hey, Vonnie, how are you? No, we're not. No, it's all good. Comms aren't great here at the moment. Thank you, Vonnie. Thank you very much, Vonnie. Welcome along to Ladbrokes Gardens. It is a very cold and wintry night here, as you would expect in early June, but the action on the track already tonight has been absolutely red hot, and we are waiting. We are moments away now from the inaugural running, as you said, of the Ladbrokes 715 worth $500,000 to the winner. We had heats here staged last week, 6 of them. The 6 winners and the 2 fastest seconds progressed through to tonight's race. It is the first running of this event, but it has already eclipsed all others as far as staying events are concerned. And of course, here in New South Wales, we have the world's richest races in each of the categories: the short course, the middle distance, the sprint, of course, with the $1 Million Chase, and now tonight, the first running of the Ladbrokes 715. Been a terrific night. We have had a massive crowd on course. They have come from everywhere. They were lined up this afternoon from around 4 p.m. trying to get into the track. They've had a great night, both on and off the track. Shannon Knoll has wowed the audiences here, and of course, he sung his trademark "What About Me" song, which had them all roaring. And on the track, we've had plenty of speedsters, plenty of excitement, and plenty of winners. And of course, Harry Garside, the bronze medalist from the 2020 Olympic Games. Harry has now joined the ranks as a Greyhound owner. He pricked out a nice little fawn pup there by the name of Princess Alice. And Harry is also now an ambassador with Greyhound Racing New South Wales and also Greyhounds as pets. My co-host is Timmy Newbold. Great crowd, great atmosphere, huge anticipation about this 715 race.
$500,000 to the winner, Mark. Incredible money for a Greyhound race, which will go for just over 41 seconds. Newcastle was rocking tonight. Great vision there with Shannon Knoll playing it to a huge crowd here at the Gardens in Newcastle.
It is the third leg of the Triple Crown. Of course, we had the Group 1 Golden Easter egg earlier in the year and the $1 Million Chase. They were both won by a chaser by the name of She's a Pearl, prepared by Jodie Lord. And Jodie Lord has Corborn Magic in the 715. It will start from box number 8. So Jodie and Andy Lord are looking for the Triple Crown in 2022. The favourite is Miss Esme at $2.50. She won a heat last week in 41.73. OO Range for Dave Irwin, the fastest heat winner. It's been well supported at $4.50. Sound of Silence, money for this Greyhound earlier today, around the $9 into $6. A very classy Victorian in the shape of Jarek Bale at $6.50. Then we get to the Greyhounds at value odds, $10 about Line of Quality and Corborn Magic, $19 for Gypsy Wyong, a 4-time Group 1 winner, and the extreme outsider in the field is Draco Bale at $51. So that is the field. They are the latest markets for the Ladbrokes 715. The pace in this, look, the pace will come from Miss Esme and also from OO Range, and Sound of Silence. So boxes 1, 2 and 5 will show pace in the race. Corbon Magic won't lead off that speed, mate, but he should be up running probably 4th or 5th, Tommy.
Yeah, I can see Miss Esme driving up on the inside to lead with OO Range through the first turn. Corbon Magic, I can't see getting across to lead by the first turn. Sound of Silence is a reliable beginner. He'll be pushing forward and having a dip for the lead in the early stages. My map has Miss Esme leading at the first turn.
Okay, we have greyhounds, 5 greyhounds from New South Wales, 3 greyhounds from Victoria. Miss Esme is prepared by Ray and Marie Smith. And earlier tonight, we asked Marie what it would be like to win a race worth $500,000.
It would mean everything. It would mean, it'd mean a great retirement if ever that ever happened. And the owners would be ever so pleased. And it's just the pinnacle of our career.
Ray, what does it take to win a race like the 7:15?
I think it takes a little bit of luck. It really comes down to luck. Whoever gets running, will probably be the winner. But all it does is luck. We just need a little bit of luck and see what happens.
It'd be sensational. We're actually building a house, or starting to build a house very soon. As I said, the money would come in real handy.
Frank, what kind of dog would it take to win a 7:15?
A 7:15, a pretty good one. For $500,000, a brilliant one.
Dave, what would it mean to win $500,000 in the 7:15?
Oh, it'd mean a lot, mate. It'd mean not so much the money, but for the owners that bred the dog, the bloke that reared the dog, it'd be a tremendous thrill for all of them and gives them an incentive to continue on.
An enormous thrill to win a race like this. Bigger thrill, Timmy, to pocket $500,000.
$500,000, Duke. We might be able to buy a little unit somewhere for $500,000.
Yeah, I don't know where. $14,000 a second it equates to. These greyhounds have won 122 races between them, more than $1.4 million in prize money. Let's take a look at them runner by runner. And number 1 is Miss Esme.
Group 2 Sydney Cup winner. She's a multiple track record holder. Brilliant all the way winner. In 41.73 in a heat. She's ideally drawn in box number 1 underneath a straight tracker. She's won 5 out of 8 from the inside draw. She strips fitter for 2 runs over the 700 metres. She's ready to peak. The one to beat for mine.
Trained by Jack and Marie Smith at Forbes, currently $2.70. Number 2 is OO Range, trained by Dave Irwin from Warrego Creek up near Grafton. This greyhound's only had the 19 starts, 6 wins, 7 minor placings. It won its heat last week in a best of night 41.42. It's only been racing over the distance for 4 starts. It won 4 starts back at Wentworth Park, going 42.55. But Dave Irwin is a legend with a collar and lead, and OO Range will lack nothing in preparation.
Number 3, Jarek Bale. He's one of the best stayers in the nation. Dual Group 1 winner, having won the Sale Cup and Rookie Rebel. Runner-up in the Sandown Cup only a couple of runs ago. He won his heat in 41.84 last week. It was a tradesman-like performance. He'll be better for the run. He's a top chance.
For the Blue is Line of Quality, trained by Daryl Thomas for Kelly Fogarty and also Brad Candy. It's had 33 starts for 14 wins. It ran second in its heat. It was beaten an absolute eyelash. Look, this is a greyhound that was earmarked as a stayer from early on in its career. It is a greyhound that will drop out in the early stages. It'll be in the back half of the field, but it's got a thunderous finish and ran second in the Group 1 Zoom Top at the Meadows earlier this year, beaten by Gypsy Wyong.
Number 5, Sound of Silence. He's one of the most versatile greyhounds in New South Wales. He can do it over the sprint and longer journeys. Ripping winner here 2 runs ago in near track record time. He led and it was collared right on the line in his heat last Saturday night. He is drawn awkwardly in box number 5, but he has got the early pace to overcome it and push for the lead. He's a value chance.
And with the exception of the favourite Miss Esme, Sound of Silence has been the best supported, $9 into around $5.50. 6th, the green, is Draco Bale, the first of 2 runners for champion Victorian trainer Andrea Daly. This chaser has had 58 starts, 9 wins, 26 minors, won its heat in 41.86. It's been in a number of group finals, just hasn't been able to crack it. It opened around the $41 mark earlier in this week and it really hasn't budged. A really rough hope.
Gypsy Wyong is greyhound number 7. She's a 4-time Group 1 winner. She's won the Bold Trees, Top Gun Stayers, Zoom Top and Association Cup. She knows how to perform on the big stage. She clocked 42.10 winning her heat and will need to go much quicker to take out the final, but she's capable of doing so. She's getting out it to a remarkable price at $18.
And 8 the pink is Corborn Magic, and Corborn Magic is prepared by New South Wales Premier Trainer in Jodie Lord, owned by Stuart Dickinson. It's by the champion sire Fernando Bale out of Corborn Ruby. It opened up at around about the $15 mark. It was supported into $12. It's now into $9 late in betting. It's the youngest chaser in the field. It's only had the 16 starts for 5 wins and 8 minor placings. But as I said to me, this is another greyhound that trainers Jodie and Andy Lord from day one have always thought it would be a stayer of some sort of promise, and Corborn Magic is certainly living up to their expectations.
And he ran a near track record of 41.43, winning here 2 runs ago. It was a real gutsy win, getting there in the last stride in his heat last week. As we've mentioned, the trainers Andy and Jodie Lord have won the richest sprint race in the world only a month ago. Can they do it in the richest staying race in the world? I think he's a great chance at value.
All right, massive crowd on course here, and as I said, Shannon Knoll entertained them earlier, but we've got some red-hot action about to come our way. 715 metres is the distance. The greyhounds start in the back straight. They get to the winning post, and then they make one complete lap. Timmy Newbold, your on-top selection.
Miss Esme, she's perfectly drawn on the inside. She's ready to peak. She's been brilliant in recent weeks. Terrific leading all of the way in quick time last Saturday night in the heat. She's drawn to find the lure and run her rivals into the ground. Miss Esme on top for me.
It's going to be a hot race in the early stages. I'm tipping Corborn Magic at the value odds around the $9 mark. Look, 2 starts back, he went 3 100s outside the track record here. He is a really progressive stayer. As I said, he's the youngest greyhound in the race. He's only 23 months of age, but he's certainly taken to the staying caper. He's won here at his only 2 starts. He won by an eyelash last week, beating Sound of Silence. Sound of Silence draws box 5 as $5.50. Corborn Magic draws box 8. He's currently around the $9 quote. I think he's enormous each way value. I see him probably sitting 4th in the early stages. The hot pace will come from boxes 1, 2 and 5.
Anyone looking for a roughie or 2 line of quality at $10 or better? He's a greyhound who is a back marker. He'll be giving away a big start to the leaders with a lap to go, but he has got a booming finish. He's the local hope in the race. He could certainly steam right over the top if the runs came mid-race. And Gypsy Wyong, as we alluded to earlier, she's a 4-time Group 1 winner, and she's currently around the $18 mark. She can improve on her time in her heat here 7 nights ago.
Okay, we've got a run of around about 100 to 120 metres before they get to that top turn. Even though it's a 715-metre race, Timmy, it's vital that they get clear running in the early stages.
Plenty of speed drawn on the inside with Miss Esme and OO Range. Sound of Silence should roll forward in the early stages. Gypsy Wyong can come across and settle in the first 3 or 4 through that first turn.
That was trainer Dave Irwin on screen there. He has got number 2, OO Range, the greyhound that set the time standard in the heats last week. It starts from box 2. It's only had the 19 starts for 6 wins. It's only had 4 starts over the 700 metres, but it really put the time on the board last week, and it draws ideally in box number 2. Miss Esme, there she is with Marie Smith about to be positioned in box number 1. Greyhounds 1, 3, 5 and 7 enter the boxes first. 2, 4, 6 and 8 are in the second line. This is the inaugural running of the Ladbrokes 715. $500,000 awaits the winner. To call them home, here's Phil Roberts.
Mighty Miss Esme back to 420. OO Range and $6 for Sound of Silence. We're just about set. This is the inaugural running of the 715. Miss Esme favourite. Ready. Racing, Miss Esme away beautifully, led over Sound of Silence, OO Range, Jarek Bale, Draco Bale, Gypsy Wyong, Corborn Magic and Line of Quality drops out. The leader, Miss Esme, up to the bend on the first occasion. Sound of Silence is only 2 lengths away. They're 3 OO Range, Jarek Bale, Corborn Magic, Gypsy Wyong, and then Draco Bale and the last one, Line of Quality. Miss Esme leads into the back. It's 2.5 in front over Sound of Silence, and they've gapped the others. About 10 lengths away, OO Range in third spot, followed by Corborn Magic off the back. It's Miss Esme in front. It's now 3 clear over Sound of Silence. A mile back is OO Range around the bend. Miss Esme still 2. Sound of Silence coming, but Miss Esme wins the inaugural, the 7.15 over Sound of Silence, Corborn Magic or OO Range for third. They were followed in by Jarek Bale, Gypsy Wyong, Draco Bale and Line of Quality.
Thank you, Jesse.
Miss Esme has taken it out, leading all the way.
Miss Esme takes out the inaugural 7.15 here at Ladbrokes Gardens, runs 41.65, and she literally broke their hearts, Timmy.
She came out running from the inside alley. OO Range, Sound of Silence. The other 2 speed greyhounds in the race went with her early on, but she really hit the accelerator when she balanced up. She put them away. Sound of Silence, he was gallant in defeat, but when she was rolling along on the lure, running quick time, awfully hard to run you down.
And Corborn Magic finishes in third spot, so 1, 5, 8 and 2, 41.65 the time to the Ladbrokes 7.15, and Miss Esme, a dual track record holder. And that takes her prize money now to in excess of $660,000. And for Marie Smith, it was a day before this race, Timmy, she wanted to forget. She broke down. She had to jump a ride with a complete stranger who dropped her here at the track, along with Miss Esme. Here we are 3 or 4 hours later, and they take home the $500,000.
Quite an incredible story today. A stranger by the name of Jesse helped Marie get to the track tonight. I dare say Jesse will get one heck of a sling after the $500,000 first prize goes to Jack and Marie and the winning connections. And Mark, this could be her final race start tonight. It hasn't been confirmed, but she could be heading to the breeding barn after winning tonight.
All right, Marie Smith has just picked up with Miss Esme. Mick Cowley is trackside with Marie Smith. Marie Smith, if you come over this way. Marie Smith, congratulations. What a run. You must be delighted.
I am so excited. I'm excited for everybody, and yeah, I just thank Jesse for bringing me here, and I don't know what to say.
It was an enormous day for you because, as I said, you broke down in the car. Jesse Hines, a complete stranger, has picked you up and dropped you here to the Gardens with Miss Esme. Again, for you and Jack's, your husband, it's an enormous night as well.
Yeah, it's just the pinnacle of our career, and we put everything into it, which we should, and this is our reward. So thank you so much, everybody.
And the last couple of years have been great. The likes of Feral Frankie, Jungle Juice, now Miss Esme. Where does she sit in the pecking order at home now?
Oh, they're all just the best. Everyone's just the best. We're so lucky to have owners that give us these dogs and have the faith in us. So yeah, it's so exciting.
Well done, Marie. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Marie Smith there with Miss Esme takes out the inaugural running of the Ladbrokes 715. Vonnie, let's head back to you in the studio at Foxley. Wow, what a race. Miss Esme, Timmy, she, as said, we knew there was going to be high pressure up front, but she's held the rail, she's held a nerve. Third run back over the trip this time in, and Miss Esme, she sets up that break there, and you look, Sound of Silence is right on her tail. They then create that little bit of gap there. They've got 3 or 4 lengths on the others, headed up by OO Range and also Jarek Bale.
And at that point in the race, OO Range and Jarek Bale had a real bumping duel there, and that basically put that pair out of play. Corborn Magic up and around them began to run on, but at this point, Miss Esme and Sound of Silence had it between them, and Miss Esme had Sound of Silence off the bit. She's tearing along in front. God, he was gallant, Duke. He was super gallant. But when she led like that, she's awfully hard to run down. 41.65 the time, her PB around here, and she had to run a PB tonight. Her prior was 41.73, and she's delivered when it counted.
owned by Lyndall McIntyre. I know Lyndall will get an enormous thrill. That is Lindsay Nicol, and trained by Jack and Marie Smith. Miss Esme takes her career stats to 28 starts, 17 wins, 6 minors, $668,000 in prize money.
Quite remarkable, Feral Frankie, and we know what he won in his career, how big a following he had. He won around $500,000 in prize money. Well, Miss Esme has won that, winning one race tonight. So quite a remarkable performance by Miss Esme, and as you said, over $660,000 in her career. And what will the decision be now? Will she go to the breeding barn or will she race on? I know reading a couple of articles prior to tonight, they were leaning toward retiring, but we will probably know more in the next 24 to 48 hours.
Yeah, they didn't want to over-race her, and that's that's the key, obviously, with a lot of bitches that become brood bitches, and that she's by Barcia Bale out of Sagatti. Jack put the polish on Sagatti before she went down to Robbie Britton in Melbourne. Barcia Bale, our champion sire for probably the last 8 or so years. Again, track record holder at Dubbo over the 600, track record holder on the old track at Richmond over the 717 metres, the winner of the inaugural 715. You would not be able to buy a pup, I'll tell you that now.
No, right now, they would go for anything. But, yeah, as you said, she's beautifully bred. Barsha Bale Sagatti. Yeah, her pups would be, going into the tens of thousands of dollars, probably $20,000 or $25,000 when she does have her pups. So, yeah, she's been a ripper on the track.
There is a very, very happy and a very emotional Marie Smith with Maddie Waring, the board member for Greyhound Racing New South Wales. And as I said, we've got to recount the story. Her car broke down. Jessie Hines, a complete stranger. Marie said she walked up to a number of people to ask if they could help her. Jessie Hines said he was going to the Central Coast. Marie said, could you drop me to the Gardens? He said, absolutely. Again, probably restores, faith in human beings when someone does that.
Absolutely. You question it at times, but it's just a wonderful story, and to see her take it out has really capped off the night, and great to see, and well done to Jessie. That is just a marvellous thing to do for a human being.
All right, let's head trackside now. Here's Frank Barrett with the presentation for the Ladbrokes 715.
We thank our friends at Ladbrokes, our major sponsor here of the 715 final, and here that Ladbrokes, the Gardens. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please once again congratulate Miss Esme. She gets a kiss for her hard work tonight as well, taking away $500,000, the richest staying greyhound race in the world, thanks to Ladbrokes.
You don't realise how special you are, do you? You don't know how special you are.
Another kiss, yes.
How many kisses do you want?
I'm glad I didn't win, because I wouldn't be kissing him.
Oh, of course you would.
No, I wouldn't.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Greyhound Racing New South Wales board member Kevin Gordon would like to thank the crowd here tonight at Ladbrokes Garden.
Yeah, thanks, Frank, and great job again, as I've said. Congratulations to the second and third place getters, but congratulations to the Smith family. Come all the way out here, and they've taken out the richest greyhound race, distance race in the world. So congratulations to you and to Marie and to Raymond. Outstanding job. All right, congratulations. I'm sure you'd like to thank Ladbrokes and thank the Gardens and Greyhound Racing New South Wales, of course.
Yeah, I certainly will. This is a speech I'm really glad to make, and I really want to thank Ladbrokes for their sponsorship, because we just wouldn't have these races without them. And the Gardens have been so welcoming to us and helped us with everything. Mike Brady and all the gang, and GR New South Wales. So very appreciative.
Good on you. Congratulations again. And as we just said, congratulations to Mike and the team at the Gardens here. They've done an outstanding job. So congratulations to everybody. It'll be on again next year.
Kevin Gordon there handling the presentation, and there is Miss Esme She goes down in history as the winner of the inaugural 715, the Ladbrokes 715. Maddie Waring with one of the trophies there. That's Sonia Honorary, I think.
Sonia, she's a local MP, Sonia Hornery. Yeah, she's been a great supporter of this Greyhound track from day dot. From the time we started building the track, Duke, she's been an amazing supporter. She's based locally, and she's always coming over to support Greyhound racing for these bigger meetings, and it's great to see.
She was also a very big supporter during the proposed ban, Timmy.
She was too.
Timmy.
She was.
Not Tommy.
Not Tommy.
Only went out on Fox League to millions of people. Doesn't matter. She need a nickname now. There is Marie Smith. I'm sure Jack Smith would be at home, and he would just be over the moon. And look, you know, Jack Smith often gets the accolades as the trainer, but for anyone involved in Greyhound, you know, from anyone that's had anything to do with Greyhounds, you know that it is not just one person that runs it. It's a family affair. Marie's out there every morning and every night handling the Greyhounds, exercising them, conditioning them, doing absolutely everything with them, and she deserves as much of an accolade as what Jack does. So congratulations to Marie and Jack Smith, and also the owner Lyndall McIntyre with Miss Esme, who takes out the inaugural Ladbrokes 715. Let's take a look at the dividends now for race number 10, the final race here at Ladbrokes Gardens. 260 and 170, 210 about Sound of Silence, 230 for Corborn Magic. OO Range finished in fourth spot, $243.40. Been a great night here at Ladbrokes Gardens, and again, a big crowd. A very, very big thank you and well done to Mike Brady, who is the club manager here at Ladbrokes Gardens. Timmy, done a superb job since he's taken over. He's a member of the GRNSW team. Yep. Not an easy gig.
No, Mike Brady, Paulette Pearce and Wayne Olsen, the team here, Andrew Patterson on the track, Tommy Marcus, all of the team here at the Gardens have done an amazing job in preparation for this meeting tonight. There's been plenty of stress, plenty of pressure, but the guys have delivered in one big, big way. Well done to everyone here.
Yeah, well done to you, mate. Thanks for your help throughout the night, to our team at Gravity Media who have provided our pictures, and also to Mick Cowley, trackside, our head of media, Brad Adam, and our head of socials in Katrina Stewart. Thank you very much. We hope you've enjoyed our coverage of Ladbrokes 7:15 night here at Ladbrokes Gardens. Until next time, I'm Mark Duclos. See you then.